WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Brought to you by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
3, 2, 1.
Get ready for Vero football. Christian FM Sports brings you the insights into the Fighting Indians with Matt Paris, Bobby Paris, Ronnie Self, Gary Paris. Now, the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
It's a new season as the playoffs start tonight. The 2022 FHSAA Class 4S State Championship Series begins with the regional quarterfinal against Harmony. Hey, Vero Nation, I'm Paul Tipton. Welcome to the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. Vero Beach won the District 12 title and is the top seed for Region 3. That means Vero will have home field advantage for the next 3 possible games, or as long as the Indians are in the playoffs. Last time we saw the boys on this field, it took a short field goal in overtime to beat Treasure Coast 10-7 to seal a district title. Thanks to Jesse Lewis's field goal, the Indians can now enjoy home field and the 12th man for at least a few games here in the playoffs, hopefully more. It starts with Harmony, who just got into the playoffs at the 8th seed, but this team is feisty and will give you a good dose of a solid run game. The Indians had a week off to get healed and energized to help for what we hope to be a deep run in the playoffs. Most of the Christian FM team is here. Gary is away on assignment with UCF, but Bobby, Ronnie, Derek, they're all here tonight as we get set for the opening match of the state series against Harmony. Matt is with our head coach, Lenny Jankowski, to discuss the win over Treasure Coast, dealing with this storm all week long, and tonight's game versus the Longhorns. Matt?
Well, Coach Jay, first and foremost, congratulations on being 2022 district champs.
Thanks, guys. I mean, it's that's always a big feat, and obviously how this whole thing has played out now with 4 teams in our district making the state playoffs. I think that even adds a little bit to, you know, the challenges that we have throughout the season, and you know, I mention it, and I think sometimes because, you know, we live here and we see these guys on a regular basis and go against these teams in all of our sports programs that sometimes you know they may get in an average fan's eyes, they may get overlooked a little bit, the talent and you know, all of what we have in our area. So I thank you. It was you know, like I said, I'm lucky enough to be around a bunch of great kids, you know, each and every day, and I know it was a goal that was set, you know, way back when, and to have accomplished it, it's you know, it feels good, and you know, it's put us in a place right now to, you know, be the number 1 seed and go into these state playoffs, you know, on the rise, so to speak, you know, coming off that big win and that win against Treasure Coast in overtime, the way it all happened, and you know, with all the different types of adversity that you face, not just during that game, but during a season, and to come out on top, it's a pretty cool thing. So appreciate it, and looking forward to this second season.
Well, Coach, you know, all sports, it's a little bit of an emotional roller coaster sometimes, and that game starts off where we have a great kickoff return by a Ephraim White. He gets it up close to the 50. And then we find out that he's hurt, and now you have to go to the backup, whatever it might be. But we're down 2 quarterbacks now. What's going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, so, you know, obviously EJ's a great athlete and has done a bunch of stuff for us this season, including, he says, started every game at corner, played a bunch at receiver, and has continued to practice at quarterback. A lot of people probably don't realize that quarterback is his natural position. And so but he's been so dynamic in the return, and when he's had, you know, opportunities for when opposing teams have kicked it deep, so he's always a threat back there, and so thought we had a good return set up that week with Treasure Coast, and they kick it deep, and we thought that they might, and we were able to get that return going. And he was close to taking it, all the way, but gets it down to the 50 and takes a big hit. The hit was, just the way he landed on his shoulder. He came up gingerly and tried to go out there at quarterback and played the first 2 snaps and came off, and it was, you could tell that there was medical attention that needed there, and so. He ended up being ruled out, but going into that week, we had prepared Jake Whiteley and EJ, both got a bunch of reps, and Jake's been playing quarterback all year and working it every day. Like I said, EJ's been between the other positions, working it in practice. And so I felt good about our game plan. Obviously there are 2 different types of players, 2 different types of quarterbacks. And so, you have a little something for each of those guys. But so that was the plan. So, fortunately the way it all played out with for the good of the team, when EJ went down, Jake handled, the full workload and did a nice job for us. I'm super proud of Jake. He's an awesome kid and has continued to work and obviously showed that he has the ability to take us to victory in a big game. So it was good for us the way it turned out. But all those things, when that happens, as fast as it happens, you just revert back to that game plan that you had in mind with the guy that was out there, and so Jake took us home.
He certainly did. A little bit of a Cinderella story for Mr. Jake Whiteley. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about that defensive effort and the overtime. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach Jay, your defense was amazing against Treasure Coast. Now, we called the names of Bucky Rojas and Elijah Anderson quite a bit, but how about those big guys up front?
Yeah, I mean, they've been a lot of fun to watch, and first and foremost, I want to just put an explanation point on your comment there. Our defense did play outstanding and had a great game, and our players really all week bought into, our coaches, as we've talked about, year in and year out, Treasure Coast is not easy to prepare for, and it takes, we spend a lot of time on it, and our defensive coaches put together a great game plan, but that's all fine and good. Your players have to buy in and go out and execute it and really work at it, and our players do that, each and every week in all 3 phases of the game. But as we're talking about defense, our D-line, I think that's where it all starts, and I don't care what the scheme is. We feel like, with the guys that we have in our rotation on our D-line, is that those guys can set the tone and have the ability to do that each and every week. And I think it's anchored by our nose man, Kesney Brown. But we've got some other guys that have played their role and really have I think if you just looked at it, there are about 6 guys up there in that game that we'd run out there on any given series, and they just were given max effort. We're getting that kind of effort against that kind of offensive line because we definitely had a size disadvantage. It's a noticeable size disadvantage when you're going against Treasure Coast's offensive line. So to get that kind of effort and to set that kind of tone, it set the way for guys like Bucky Rojas and Elijah Anderson and Kevin Pollock and Keyshawn Campbell. Those guys were freed up to make plays, and we needed it. We had to be sure tacklers. There were a couple times there were some individual plays in that game. Talking about Bucky Rojas, where I could go in chronological order. The very first play of the game, Elijah Anderson, sets the tone coming up. They were running, trying to get a play, on the edge, and he comes up and he's going 1,000 miles an hour, takes on 2 blockers, and gets in the way of the ball carrier, with a big run and start, to really set the tone. That I think they got the idea at that point that we were here for business, and then there's a couple back-to-back plays that Bucky makes. We had turned the ball over, gave them great field position. And it was not looking good for us. The momentum had flipped, obviously off a turnover. And Bucky makes 2 back-to-back plays, one on 3rd down, one on 4th down, to get us the ball back on the turnover on downs. They were both tackles for loss. And against that kind of offense, there's not a bunch of tackles for loss to be had. And then there's another play where there's a couple more that just jump out at me, just that are going on my mind. One is on 4th down where Kevin Pollock and Bucky team up for another tackle to hold them and get us the ball back. And I guess the last one that really jumps out at me is late in the game. They break up. It looks like it's going to break, and Cameron Perez makes a dive and tackle to and if he doesn't make that tackle, I'm nervous that we don't catch him. And it's a big gain if not a touchdown, and Cam makes a big play. So again, I just rattled off a bunch of different names there, but I think what it boils down to is it's a team effort on that defensive side of the ball, and it's a lot of fun to see.
It certainly was. And Coach, just your mindset real quick, coming into that, you got the extra time, overtime, your mindset right away, if they don't get the field goal, we're kicking it. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that all, like as you mentioned, it happens fast, and I'm talking to the entire team during that limited break that you get when the game's over to when the overtime starts, and then talking to the offense specifically, and we through the coin flip, we realized that they had won the toss and elected to take the ball first, and so at that point, got the defense out there. I get an opportunity to talk to the offense, come up with a plan. I'm talking to Jake and the offensive guys, and I go over to Jesse, our kicker, Jesse Lewis, and I said, if we hold them here on 1st down, we're going to kick the field goal. And I had one of our other coaches get the field goal team ready and just have them on high alert. And so as it played out, we benefited from a penalty. Obviously, continued to get great defense. They tried a field goal from at the hash. They were from the right hash and tried it from and I think it hit the upright and did not go in. So I didn't want to get stuck on a hash. Knowing that all that it takes is one more point than they have to win the game, and we still get 3 for a field goal. We just decided to, from the middle of the field there, to give it a shot, and our guys pulled through. Jesse puts it through, and we win the game. So when it works out to your favor, then it obviously, as you say, it's a good call. But I'm glad that it worked out. I'm glad our kids executed, and it's been a lot of fun.
There's no doubt about that. And another overtime win against Treasure Coast. Last thing I think was when your son Ryan was playing, and we got the overtime win. What a amazing thing. When we come back, we're going to take a look at how the FHSAA breaks down their playoff system. We'll be right back.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Well, Coach, the FHSAA this year completely changes the classification system that we really had for, seems like forever, going from an 8A to a 4S. But they also changed how a team is ranked in order for them to make the playoffs. How frustrating was it to not know until Sunday who your opponent would be?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of transparency, so I would have like to at least be able to check on it or to know the formula that they're using, and really not just with this, with anything. I'd like our players to know what I'm thinking, and and so I think transparency is just something that I'm in favor of, and so in this case, not finding out till Sunday, it really, what it does is it backs your schedule, it backs your routine up, and so. Typically what happens with us as coaches is, we finish the game on Friday night. In this case, we'd be coming off a bye week. So if we did have a way to know how this thing was going to be calculated, you could have, possibly gained a little bit of an advantage during your bye week and start preparing for a team. But it worked out. I was pleased with how we used our bye week and getting better ourselves. But getting back to the Sunday deal, when we typically finish a Friday night, us as individual coaches, we watch our film on our next opponent, and we get working on it individually. Then we come together on Sundays and meet as a staff and hope to have the game plan in all three phases going into Monday's practice. Well, in this case, the selection show was on Sunday at 11 a.m. I think by the time they got to our classification, it was probably afternoon, and so so now you're to 12:30, 1 o'clock before you even know who you're playing, and then you've got to get in contact with that coach. You've got to trade film, and then you've got to get busy on the breakdown of that film and preparation. So Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening was a long process, and really what you were doing is you were doing all of that work in that amount of time, and that time block that you do in about the other 2 days, to a day and a half anyway, from Friday night to Saturday. And so so it really just put things in a little bit of in a little bit of a crunch, but we got it done, and we ended up having a couple really good days of practice and before the storm got here and all that. So we everybody's in the same boat. That's the one thing that I could say about it. And Harmony is the team that we drew out of the potluck, draw, and there's some challenges in getting ready for those guys, and like I said, our coaches and our players both have worked very hard and really looking forward to it. But it's a new system, and for our listeners, the best way I can explain it is, and what's been explained to me is that there's a big website called Max Preps, and Max Preps rates and grades teams throughout the entire country. There's thousands of games that they look at, and And I think, from what I understand, all their algorithm that they use, everything's taken into account. You know, your wins and your losses, your opponent's strength of schedule, and if you look on Max Preps and you just go off their rankings, it's going to be different than what the FHSAA has. And the reason that is because on Max Preps they use point differential. And in other words, if you know, Team X plays Team Y and Team X wins by 50 points, that's better than only winning by 1 point. Well, the FHSAA does not take that into you know, they don't take point differential into account. They use the rest of the Max Preps. The problem with that is when you go to try to figure it out on your own, you don't know the weight of any of those other criteria. You don't know the weight of the point differential. You don't know the weight of the wins and losses. You don't know the weight of the strength of schedule, and you don't even really know what strength of schedule means. What does that mean? How is strength of schedule determined? You know, and so you're really at their mercy. And you just, you know, try to play by the rules and do what you can do and control what you can control. And so, what we did have in our control was finishing 9-1 and winning the district and being the number 1 seed in our region. So we're excited about that. And we've got Harmony coming to town. We get to play in the Citrus Bowl. That's always a big thing. So we hope to have the stadium packed tonight. And I'm really looking forward in playing this game in front of our home crowd.
Without a doubt, Coach. And when we come back, let's take a look at the Harmony Longhorns. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com. Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Dr. Matt, hanging out with Coach Lenny Jankowski. Coach, we got the 6-4 Harmony Longhorns coming into the Citrus Bowl for the first round of the playoffs. I think this might be the first time that Vero has played Harmony. Let's start on their offensive side. They got a little bit of a different offense. Break that down for us.
Yeah, so it will be different for our fans, and it surely has been different for us in preparation. If we were to just get into the football lingo, I guess we could call this, an option offense. Some people call it the veer. They're getting under center. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. Sometimes they'll have, they run a variety of formations with it. They'll have a double wing set. They'll have double slot. They have 2 backs in the backfield with a wing, sometimes with a tight end. So they run a variety of formations. And the scheme is that it's a run first offense. They've got 2 good backs, got more than 2 good backs, but they've got 2 feature backs. Number 34, who in doing my research found out that he was a 4-year starter, and then number 9. And I know you guys have those names, but just in watching film, I usually just go off number. And these guys are good players. They're a senior dominant team. Their quarterback's a 3-year starter, and he's a senior. And so, when I look at all that and see how disciplined they play, what jumps out at me is they're very well coached. They're very disciplined on offense. You have to be disciplined to run that style of offense, and what we have to do in turn to counter that is play disciplined defense. We've got to play assignment football on defense. We've got to as they say, hang on to our keys and play team defense, play unselfish, and do our job individually. And I think if we can do that, then we'll have success. If we get off of that and play selfishly and do our own thing, so to speak, then we can be in big trouble, because this philosophy of hogging the ball and being ball hogs and keeping the ball away from the opponent, which we've run into that this year, where that style has been, or that theme has been the case, and that can frustrate you, and that can limit your possibilities on offense and all the things that other coaches strategize to do. So we got our hands full, but we're certainly looking forward to it. Like I said, we had a great week of preparation, and in spite of the different obstacles with the storm, we're ready to go and looking forward to the opportunity.
Coach, let's switch sides. I know that looks like on film they've run a 3-3 stack defense and different backfields. What do you expect?
Yeah, we've seen it all, just depending on what game you're watching. I mean, these guys are mostly, like you mentioned, an odd front, and then they have that stack defense where those linebackers are stacked behind. And when we get that, oftentimes it's on the back end what our quarterbacks hopefully will see as a one high look, but then they'll get into still with an odd front, a 3-4 look, and have two safeties back there and play different versions of quarters coverage on the back end. But the one thing that's really consistent is they bring a lot of pressure. They bring pressure from all over the place. They have some exotic blitzes. They have we really had our hands full in preparation for these guys, and like I said, our kids were up to the battle. We've been focused, and not just with our when you talk about those blitz schemes, it doesn't just involve your offensive line, but it involves your backs and your quarterbacks. And like I said, our guys have really been up to the challenge and have had several days of really good practices.
Well, as coach, as always, we appreciate you sitting down with us. We'll let you get to the players, and we'll be right back. You listen to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, welcome back as we get set for round one of the state playoffs. I'm Paul Tipton, joined by Dr. Matt Paris. Gary's working his own game tonight. UCF is taking on Tulane over there in New Orleans, and they're in their own battle right now. So we wish the Knights the best of luck here as they're in that battle. Boy, if they could get that win, boy, that'd put them in the driver's seat for the conference championship. Yeah. But tonight, Vero Beach, talk about being in the driver's seat. They are the top seed in their respective bracket, region number 3. They're going to be taking on the 8th seed Harmony. We'll talk about the Longhorns and the Fighting Indians a little bit later, but we want to talk about the Fighting Indians in a little different way. We want to talk about how we got here, Matt. I mean, you're 9-1. You're the District 12 champion. It's hard to believe that we're already into the playoffs because I swear it feels like, we get into a couple of games and then, boom, all of a sudden, end of the season. And thankfully, we've still got more games to play here, starting with tonight. But, when you look back and you have a chance to kind of just think about all the different things that have happened over the last 10, 11, 12 weeks, I mean, it's been interesting. It's been fun. there's been a lot of different emotions through the course of these last 2.5, 3 months.
It really has, Paul. And, and when we play the game in any sport that there is, some of the lessons that you teach the young people as the athletes as they come through, it's being able to adapt, overcome. It's taking on the challenges, whatever that has you. And that's usually inside the court, inside the field. But then there's life that happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just it hits you, and the game hopefully teaches you how to overcome some of those things, how to control the emotions, sometimes how to let the emotions just let go for a second and then come through. I mean, when you look at just the storms that we've had to overcome, where you think you have a game, you think you have practices, you get a game plan, and you don't.
Right.
they get pushed back.
Yeah.
And but the real big thing that we've seen so far this season, Paul, and it's just a sad fact of life. 2 of our players have had to deal with loved ones that passed away this season.
Yeah.
And you know what? That really, at those moments, you'll see what really team means.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with really the jersey you're wearing, but it's about those relationships.
Yeah, and you and I get a chance to spend a lot more time with the players and the coaches, and what do they always say coming out of the huddle? Family. And it's in those moments where you really get to experience what family really is all about. I mean, yeah, we all have our own respective families, but man, when you got this group of guys that they all come from different walks of life, and all of a sudden, you're all wearing the same colored jersey, you're playing together and whatnot. That's great and all. But, man, when you have those real hardcore moments that you got to deal with that bring out a lot of different range of emotions, man, that's when you really find out, who's really on your side.
And those connections will last a lifetime. Poor Keyshawn Campbell had to deal with losing his brother, and then right on the heels of that, Dalton Jordan lost his father, and then the moment that what we saw, where you had Dalton's mother, she's in the stands, and the seniors come up one by one with a rose. I'm getting goosebumps again.
Right.
It's just it's such a touching moment, and the tears are flowing down her eyes. But it just shows these young men like, hey, there is more to it than just a game.
Yep.
And it's about the family and about being for them at that moment.
It certainly is. I know something else that's kind of near and dear to your heart, and I want to take a little sidetrack if I can just for a moment here. Yesterday was Veterans Day.
Yes.
And obviously we were thinking, we were going to be playing a game on Veterans Day, but because of Hurricane Nicole, that obviously changed things, so we're playing tonight. So I know veterans mean a lot to you. It means a lot to all of us, and it should. But, when you've got family members that have served, it has a special meaning to you.
It really does. And when you look at I had my son, Ryan, my oldest one, who went to the Army right out of high school and served his 4 years. And it's one of those moments that you see a lot of athletic achievements. And my younger son, he's had a lot of those things. But I don't know if anything, as much as what my dad has done, everything in the NFL, but when you have a loved one, a son that serves in the military, I don't know if there's anything that you can be more proud of other than the birth, the baptism. But when they serve, they just they're giving of themselves to their country, and it's a proud daddy moment.
Grandkids do.
And grandkids, yes.
You'll get to know that before too
right.
long. But, it is. And we do want to send out our appreciation for all of our veterans. Thank you for your service, because without you, we don't get opportunities to do what we like to do, which is, just sit around and talk about sports all day long. But, it was kind of fun. We were just talking about watching last night, 2 college basketball teams play on an aircraft carrier out there in San Diego on the USS Abraham Lincoln. That was really, really cool. And, that's when you and I got to figure out how to get on that broadcast. I would love to do that.
Wouldn't that be
great? Kind of fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Well, we'll see if we can talk to the guys at ESPN at some point. I'm sure they will take our calls, right?
I think I fit in with the guys that were calling it. All those guys were bald.
That's true. That is true. That is true. You would definitely fit in.
Yeah.
Scott Van Pelt, Jay Billis, go down the list, right? Yeah. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about the actual game here tonight between Harmony and Vero Beach. We'll be back.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Perkins Pharmacy in Vero Beach is glad to be a supporter of Christian FM and to help put Fighting Indians football on the radio. Owner Edwin Perkins and his staff are all big fans of the Fighting Indians, and they hope Coach Jankowski and the team have the right prescription for another winning season. Perkins Pharmacy is on State Road 60, right across the street from KFC. Their phone is 978-6470.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
All right, well, the playoffs began actually last night, and we'll give you an update probably at halftime about what has all transpired over the last 24 hours. So just a couple of more games finish up for Class 4S. Ours is one of them tonight. Vero Beach, number 1 seed, taking on the 8 seed Harmony out of Osceola County. All right, Matt, you've popped in the tape, so to speak, and watched it online, some film on Harmony, the Longhorns. What do they bring to the table?
So it's a unique offense that used to be what everyone used to run. It's the veer, basically, if you want to call it the veer option, all right, where you got a quarterback who's under center, which is a rare nowadays. Normally you don't see the quarterbacks even under center. But he's reading the defensive tackle. If the defensive tackle crashes, he's going to keep it. If the defensive tackle comes up, he gives it to the big guy, all right? It's a tough offense to plan for, number one, because no one's running it anymore. All right, and so even with the wing tee is a different concept than what you're having to prepare for this week, which was a shortened week, having to run for prepare for the triple option or the veer. All right, because if he keeps it, then he can either run it or pitch it. Those are the 3 options that he has. What it really requires, Paul, is discipline. Every man has to just take care of your responsibility. And typically what you'll see defenses when they practice against this, they don't even use a football. There's no football on the offense, all right? As they run it, because the football attracts the eyes,
right,
and you come off of it. On this one, you usually just say, hey, what's your assignment? If it's going away from you, you got certain assignments, all right? And if it's coming at you, what is your assignment? Don't worry about it. It really requires you to trust the guy next to you and the guy behind you. Going against this offense, you really like to say there's no heroes in this one. All right, you can't have like just one guy. I mean, now not saying one guy might not have a lot of tackles, but if he's getting a lot of tackles, that's because there's 3 other guys doing their responsibility. All right, taking care of their job, being disciplined. And as a linebacker, you have the same thing. If if I have outside pitch containment, I can't come off of that. I have got to do that no matter what I'm looking at.
Right.
I got to stick with that. All right, and so it's a tough offense to prepare for. They've got a couple of dudes that run the ball hard, especially number 34, big man. He's a senior. I think he's 6 foot, 205 pounds, and he loves to take the ball. And,
Tyler Emmons is who we're talking about,
that's
and
right.
A 4-year starter. So it's almost kind of reminiscent of Akeem Dixon from Vero Beach a few years back.
That's right. And so when he gets going downhill, gets to that second level, that's when he's dangerous. You've got to be able to stop the big guy, stop him before he gets going. And so watching film, what I saw was the teams that had success against Harmony were the ones that were able to bust up the mesh. When I say mesh, that's the point where the quarterback is trying to hand the ball off or trying to make that read. That's when they just destroyed that. If we can disrupt that. That's Kesney Brown, that's Montgomery, that's Matthew Bacon, that's all those guys up front. Now, what you can do is you can bring some blitz packages, you can do that, mix some things up. If you can disrupt that, that throws that whole offense off.
Well, we played Martin County. We talked about being disciplined. We played Treasure Coast. Talked about playing discipline. So I think the defense might be ready.
You would hope so. You know what? And with Coach Mata, and that's where the coaching staff that we have, the experience that they have, this is where it really plays into effect because they've got, decades of experience of trying to get ready for games. And when you got a shortened week, that's what you're going to rely on, those coaches.
2022 FHSAA State Series Championship Series, and it is the regional quarterfinal. Top seed, Vero Beach. 8th seed, it is Harmony. They're going to be playing tonight. Kickoff is just a few minutes away. We're going to step aside. We'll check in with the guys on the sideline, and we're going to give you a bracket breakdown in case you don't know who else is playing in these State Series Championship. We'll give you the skinny on that as well. We'll be back right after this.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club card dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, you were getting set for tonight's matchup. It was originally scheduled for Friday night, but due to Hurricane Nicole, we had to shift things around a little bit. So we're getting round 1 into the books tonight against Harmony. That game will get started here in just about 15 minutes or so stand by. In the meantime, why don't we head down to the sidelines, check in with the guys down there. It'll be Ronnie Self and Derek Wester tonight. All right, Ronnie, defense, it's going to be a familiar story, a ground and pound type of game.
Well, defensively, hopefully, like you said earlier, hopefully we're getting ready for that and are experienced at defending that defensively tonight. It's going to be, like Matt said earlier, it's going to be assignment football for our defense. And, talking with the defensive coaches before the game about assignment football, he says, well, I'm really not sure what that is because their number one back usually doesn't run to the hole he's supposed to. Sometimes he bounces it, sometimes he doesn't. So what that means is our linebackers are going to have to be very active tonight and be able to read and recognize where the ball is at and where it's going right off the bat. Defensively, don't look for Vero's defense to look a lot different than it's looked the last couple games. Defensive front's got to control the line of scrimmage, and our defensive corners and our linebackers have to be active and know where the ball is at all times. Field is probably in the best condition that it's been in all year. There's a few spots where it's a little bit soft, but nothing that should hinder the play of the game tonight as long as we don't get any more rain. Defensively, we are without one cornerback tonight who got hurt in practice this week. Matthew King is out, and we're not sure the total extent of his injuries, but he is not available tonight.
Okay, well, hopefully the other guys will be able to step up their game in place of Matthew King. So sorry to hear that he won't be able to participate in tonight's contest. Other side of the ball, we turn it over to Derek West. And Derek, offensively speaking, what do you hear from Vero Beach?
Guys, it's a great night to be here. A week and a day has gone by, and it's nice to be back to the Citrus Bowl playing some ball again, particularly playoff time. Good vibe on the sideline, good vibe from the coaches from this morning to the breakfast this morning to today. Just a really good vibe. Offensively tonight, if you look at Harmony on defense, they really do a good job in gap schemes in terms of having their linebackers fill gaps. And so I feel like tonight on offense, there are going to be plays on the perimeter. We're going to really have to attack the perimeter, and I think that we can do that. If we can do that successfully, we could have a really good night offensively in terms of attacking. Also, their defensive ends really like to rush up the field. They get off the ball really quick. They rush up the field, and in terms of evading that for a quarterback, you don't go to the right or you don't go to the left. You really climb the pocket and be able to evade in order to buy some more time. And so they're going to test those things, and I feel like if we can attack the perimeter and we can do a good job climbing in the pocket, we could really have a good night offensively.
All right, thanks a lot, Derek. We'll be checking in with both Derek and Ron through the course of this first round of the playoff game between Vero Beach and Harmony. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to explain to you how the whole playoff bracket works and what it looks like. And what it means for Vero Beach going forward. We'll have more right after this.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
And welcome back as we continue to count down to kickoff, getting set for the regional quarterfinal. Now, this is the FHSAA State Championship Series. It starts with 32 teams. It's divided into 4 regions. Each region has 8 teams. Teams have been ranked on an RPI or power ranking system to determine the top team to the lowest teams. And that's for each class. The rankings are generated through a formula that includes a team strength of schedule. There has been some questioning about the rankings, mainly because there is a math element to the formula that the state won't reveal. However, this is the system, and so why don't we take a look at the 4 regions that represent the 4 suburban class, and I'm going to take you through each one. We start with Region 1, which might be the most competitive region out of all 4. A lot of top teams in this region. It begins with Bartram Trail is the number 1 overall team in 4S at 10-0, and there's no debate. This team is a strong team. Number 2 in Region 1 is Niceville. They are the number 3 team overall in the class, and so you can imagine 1 versus 2 later on in the region final. That ought to be a pretty cool game. Buchholz and is number 6 overall at 7-2. They come into the 3 seed. Creekside is number 9 overall and 4th in this particular region at 8-2. Number 5 is Navarre. They're number 11 overall at 8-2. Number 6 in Region 1 is Pace, coming in 19 overall and 7-3 on their record. Number 7 is Crestview, number 22 overall, 6-4 on the season. And number 8 is Flagler Palm Coast. They come in at 4-6. Now, the reason why they have such a poor record is they did have to forfeit some games early in the season. They had an ineligible player. They reported themselves, and so that's where they end up. So how it breaks down, Bartram Trail takes on Flagler Palm Coast, Niceville, Crestview, Buchholz along with takes on Pace, Creekside, and Navarre. Region number 2. Lakeland, the Dreadnoughts are number 2 overall, 9-0 on the season. This is Region 2. Number 2 seed is Lake Minneola. We remember them. We've played them a few times. They're number 13 overall, 8-1 on the season. Number 3, Lando Lakes, number 14 overall at 9-1. Number 4, this is Region 2. Number 4 is Springstead, number 15 overall and 9-1 on the season. 5th seed is Mitchell, 18 overall, 7-3 on the season. 6th seed for Region 2, Winter Haven, 20th overall, 7-3. 7 seed for Region 2 is Bartow, 25 overall at 5-5. And 8 is Lake Gibson at 4-6. So it's Lakeland and Lake Gibson, Lake Minneola, Bartow, Lando Lakes, Winter Haven, Springstead, and Mitchell. That is Region 2. Region 3, you ought to be familiar with. That is our region. Vero Beach at number 1. They are number 4 overall at 9-1. Osceola, number 2 seed is Osceola, number 7 overall, 7-3. Number 3 seed is Martin County, 8 overall at 8-2. 4th seed, Melbourne, 10 overall, 8-2. 5th seed, Centennial, number 21 overall, 6-4. 6th seed is Treasure Coast, 23 overall at 3-6. 7th seed, DeLand, 24 overall, 6-4. Harmony, 32 at the 8th seed, 32 overall, 6-4. So obviously Vero Beach and Harmony tonight here at the Citrus Bowl. Osceola takes on DeLand. Martin County takes on Treasure Coast. Melbourne takes on Centennial. That brings us to Region 4. Venice, number 1 in the seed, 5th overall. They had a really high strength of schedule, even though their record is 5-3. The strength of schedule really propelled their overall RPI. Number 2 seed in Region 4, Gulf Coast, 12 overall, 8-2. 3rd seed, Manatee, 16 and 6-3. 4th seed, Palmetto, 17 and 6-3. Lehigh, 26 and 4-3. Sarasota, 36 seed, 34 and 4-4. 7th seed is Riverview at 3-6, and Riverdale at the 8th seed at 4-3. So it's Venice taking on Riverdale, Gulf Coast taking on Riverview, Manatee taking on Sarasota, Palmetto taking on Lehigh. And just a footnote, that Palmetto is a different Palmetto school than the one Vero played earlier this year. All right, so that is your 4 regions for 4S. And that gets us set for our first game, the regional quarterfinal, to take on Harmony. It's the number 1 seed taking on the 8th seed tonight here at the Citrus Bowl. We'll have kickoff coming up shortly.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com. Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians, and this is Bobby Paris, and I am privileged to interview the moms of our senior varsity football players. My guest this evening is the beautiful Carol King. She is the mom to Matt King. He is 6 foot, 170-pound senior, D-back, a special team player, a 2-year varsity player, and a great asset to our Fighting Indians football team. Welcome, Carol.
Thank you so much, Bobby, for having me this evening. It is really a pleasure to spend this time with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, this is about you, Carol. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I am Carol King, and I was born in Haiti. Yes, and raised in Guadeloupe. And I've been here in the United States since 1994. So it has been a long time. Yes. So therefore, I used to be a photographer. Yes. So not anymore. I used to do decoration. I do a little bit of almost everything, like different hat. But right now, I would call myself, an entrepreneur. where I do different activities. I am a community person. I love community. I love, helping people, especially for the moment of the election. I love to get people out there and vote. And I can say I am a Christian. I love my God. Of course, number one. That's the number one thing. And basically, I'm married. I have 2 children. I have Matt, and I have an older kid, Carmel. So, and I have my husband, Naz King. So basically, that's it.
Well, you sound like a very talented person with all of those things and interests that you have. I'll have to call on you for the decorating part of it one of these days. Okay.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, I bet. We'd have a good time, wouldn't we? Carol, were you raised around sports, and did you or your husband participate in any sports growing up?
Actually, my husband, yes, being in, in high school, yes. Me personally, I love the outdoors. I love gardening. I love running, walking, you name it. I love it. I used to lift a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I used to do that because I just love being active. So.
Well, you are in very good shape, I can tell you. So you can tell that you are athletic, and your husband, and that a little bit of DNA has gone to Matt. Or maybe a lot of the DNA has gone to Matt. He's a good athlete. How long have you been a football mom?
Actually, I could say about 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years. Tell you the truth, I didn't see myself as as a football mom, but I'm not gonna lie, I love it now.
Yes. We get a little nervous, when they go down and they're under a huddle or under, we do get a little, but when they pop up, that's okay.
Exactly.
And we put them in God's hands, when they go out there. Exactly. And we know they're doing what they're happy about. Yes. So, but does he play any other sports?
He run track. Let's say he used to, because I don't know if he's going to go back to it or not. But for this season, I know he's, so busy with school, with, of course, the sport. So, yeah, right now he kind of,
sure,
take a break.
Yeah. Well, they've got their plate full with just football and all the practices and all of that is involved. And we are going to the playoffs, and that's going to extend this football season. Yes. So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
There's the snap for the punt. It's blocked. Rojas picks it up. It's going to be a scoop and score. Indians with the touchdown. Pass is going over the middle of the field. Wide open is Jacobs. He's got it. He's going in from 37 out for the score. Boom! pressure on the snap. Defense in the backfield. The ball's loose. And the Indians have it in the end zone for the touchdown. Handoff's going to go off to the right side. Jaquan Jean's got it. There's a little bit of a hole. He's off to the races. It is to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Score it, Jean.
This is Fighting Indians Football. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football with Matt Paris, Ronnie Self, Gary Paris, and Paul Tipton.
The new season is here, the playoffs. This is what you play for and hope that this year can be the year you advance all the way to the championship. Vero comes in with a big win over a district rival, a district title, and top seed in the bracket. The Harmony Longhorns just made it in the playoffs, but when you reset the season, only one thing's mattered now: win and move on. Longhorns and Indians, the Friday night lights are on, and it is game time. Welcome to the 2022 FHSAA Class 4S State Championship Series, starting with the regional quarterfinal. Hey, Vero Nation, Paul Tipton along with Dr. Matt Paris. Welcome to Fighting Indians Football. We're proud to bring you our 26th season of Indians football presented by the GNC Miracle Mile. Indians have won the toss. They have elected to receive. So here we go, folks. Round one of the playoffs set to go here as the Longhorns get set to kick off from our left to right towards the west end of the stadium. Goes into the end zone for the touchback. So, Matt, we're going to see the Fighting Indians start from our own 20.
We will. Now, how about that? But number one, their kicker, Alex Tuya, this young man booted the ball into the end zone. I believe he's attempted a 50-yarder, made maybe a 43 or 45-yard earlier in the season. So what a weapon the Longhorns have in that young man.
Yeah, 49-yard is his longest on the season. He's got a leg, a strong leg, and he just showed it there on that kickoff. Jake Wiley coming in at quarterback due to the injury of Tyler Aronson. Last game, Jake threw 13 of 24, 185 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He's going to start with an empty backfield and 5 receivers set.
We got a little confusion already.
Yeah, trying to get everybody in place here for this game. And here we go. Indians going to send 3 receivers left side, 2 on the right. Woolard's going to go in motion. Whiteley, pressure, fires, finds Jacobs off the right side. Jacobs past the 25 to about the 27.
Looks like they went a little man-to-man on that one. That's pretty bold for the Longhorns. That's coming out saying, hey, we see your receivers, and that was just a screen. They had both screen to the right, screen to the left, and they went backside to Vandravius and pick up a nice gain.
Get 7 on that. It's 2nd and 3. Whiteley going to fire left side again for Dre on the left side. Gets behind a block to the 30, to the 35, and out of bounds around the 37.
So when you think you can get to the edge, that's what you do. You get the ball out to someone that you can, whether it's a toss or for Vero, that's like our toss play. You just get a little screen out to the left, and a nice pickup by Dre. I'd like to see him tuck that ball a little bit better, though, as he's carrying that thing out there like a loaf of bread.
A first down for Vero Beach to the 38-yard line. Rogers going to go in motion out of the backfield. Fires another one for Dravius on the right side. He's to midfield and stopped just shy of the midfield stripe. And it'll be just shy of the first down mark as well.
So it's just a numbers game. When you sit there and you've got equal numbers out there, you've got enough guys to block. They don't have enough guys to stop it. You keep doing it until they push out.
It is second down and 2. Woolard, left side, shakes off one tackler to midfield, and on the other side to the 43-yard line, and another first down for Vero.
So guess what play that was, Paul? A little screen to the left. You got screen right, screen left. I believe that's four straight screen passes.
It is, and the first time that Dre didn't touch the ball. Woolard gets that one, and Vero's got a first down in Longhorn territory. They'll spot it at the 43. Rogers again in motion. Wiley fires. He finds Gwynn, the big tight end. And that will be enough for about a 5-yard gain or so.
There's a flag on the.
There's a flag, though. What do we got?
Personal foul.
Oh.
Huh.
A hold against the offense, or was that
That
a
was a
personal
foul.
Okay.
The play counts. I don't know if the play was enough for a first down.
No, it was not. It was about a 5-yard gain on the play.
I don't know why they're doing it from here. They should be from the end of the play. Or they're saying the play doesn't count. If it's during the play, I guess that's
during
during the play.
Count,
It
right,
wouldn't count.
It wouldn't count. So
yeah.
So that moves the ball back on the other side to Vero Beach's side of the 50 to the 39-yard line.
So that negates Nate's pass.
And it's a first down and 26 now for Vero Beach. This time, 4 receiver set, twins on either side. Quincy Rogers, the lone back in the backfield with Jake Whiteley from the gun. 10:25, first quarter. Whiteley on first down, looking to throw. He's got his receiver, Troy Smith, and Troy picks up a huge chunk of that, about almost the 15 yards that they got penalized on, is back now as they're now going to look at 2nd down and 9.
A nice job by Jake Whiteley stepping in the pocket. Troy running down about a 15-yard curl route.
Whiteley fires again. Woolard. And they're going to say, nope, he caught it out of bounds, so incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was a nice grab. We needed about a half of a step right there. Jake put it in the right spot, but it was the ball just took a little bit too long to get out there.
So 3rd down, 9. The ball is at the 42-yard line of Harmony. Wiley's 5 of 6, 51 yards so far on this drive. He's looking to fire again, looking down for Troy Smith and overshoots his target. 4th down, decision time for Coach Jankowski.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you go for it. We got away from the screens.
We did.
And, no, they're going to come out.
He's going to punt this one away.
Hey, good stop by the Longhorns. I don't know what the personal foul was.
Yeah, I would say more self-inflicted wound than the defense, because that 15-yard personal foul really halted this drive.
Hey, we can get one of the guys down there to find out what that personal foul, not necessarily who was it on, but what was it?
All right, so you got Cameron Perez, who's averaging 33.5 yards a punt. This one's going to hit, takes a bounce, and just rolls in for the touchback. All right, so that means Harmony now has an opportunity here. They dodge a bullet because, Vero Beach came out from their 20 and looked like they were going to march down the field, but a penalty really stopped that drive and forced Vero Beach to punt the ball away. So now Harmony brings their offensive unit out on the field, led by Aiden Parks at quarterback. But the main one you're going to be looking at is number 34. That's Tyler Emmons. Tyler has carried 189 times, 189 times this season for 1,255 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Coach punting on that situation right there is just showing confidence in your defense.
Handoff off the right side is Emmons. He breaks through to the 30, 35, and tackled at the 40. Bucky Rojas able to get his hands on his shoestrings and bring him down.
Nice job by that right line of the Longhorns, and that was just a handoff off the right side. Through basically, we would say the 4 hole, and there was no one there. He was untouched all the way until he got the tackle.
Showing you right away, he has got it. If you let him get by you, he is going to be gone. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Up the gut, Emmons. Good surge by that offensive line. They're near midfield.
That was right in the what you call the 0 hole, and right off the right cheek of the center. And once again, we talked about at the beginning of the game, you get that guy going downhill, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
8:44 and counting, first quarter, no score. First possession by the Longhorns. Emmons, right side. This time, Bacon gets a hold of him, and he only gets about a yard gain.
It's probably going to be enough for the first down, but I saw the ball pop up, Paul. Luckily, he was able to grab that on the rebound. Emmons, I mean. But it's going to be probably enough for a first down. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be as they get it to the Vero Beach 48-yard line. Emmons already 3 carries, 31 yards. Receiver in motion. Cooper Richards this time on the carry. Off the left side, about a yard gain.
So, you look at it when you get a new offense. Sometimes it takes you a few plays to get in, get the groove, find out what's going on, and make sure you're reading your keys right. And
the speed, too,
and
right?
just the speed of everything, and see how quickly the handoffs are coming and all that. And then, you start to get your groove as a defense as well.
2nd and 9 at the Vero 47. No score. Handoff. Emmons off the right side. Shakes a few tackles. Wow. He just picks up 7 and 8 at a clip.
Right, when your safety's coming down, he's got to be able to make that play. We olayed the play on that, and that would have been a 1 yard, maybe no yard gain. But the safety's got to come up. If you're going to come down that hard, you've got to make the play.
Enough for a first down as they get to the Vero Beach 38. Richards this time, he gets stacked at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
No, ball's out.
Keeper. Parks on the keeper. Wow, that was a great play. Boy, I was totally, I thought Richards had that ball, and boy, they really fooled everybody with that play. It was a big play as Parks on the keeper by the quarterback, and he's able to get down to about the 25-24.
I was hoping it was what you were saying as I'm watching the play unfold.
I'm like, wow. Inside 7 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. 1st and 10 at the 24. Emmons, he gets hit immediately. This time, no gain.
That's a dive right up the middle, and that's what our linebackers were able to stuff it. Bucky Rojas is in there. You got Kesney, you got Matt Bacon, all of them just pinching down and stopping the big guy.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the Longhorns as we hit 6.5 left in the first quarter with no score. This is the first possession for Harmony. Vero Beach went 6 plays before they punted the ball away. Vero Beach looking like they want to bring pressure, and I think we jumped.
We did.
We just gave them 5 free ones.
Nice job by the Longhorns.
Yeah.
You think they're reading your snap, and you know what? Slow them down by getting them to jump.
And that's going to bring a timeout for a water break. We'll step aside. No score here in the first quarter with 6:14 to go.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Welcome back here to the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. Little hydration break. Now we're ready to get back to it here. Hoping the Vero Beach defense can slow down Tyler Emmons. 7 carries already for 54 yards. And another big run by Aiden Parks, the quarterback, has got them at the Vero Beach 18. Run off the right side. Will get close to the 15-yard line.
Nice job by Matt Bacon on that defensive left side. He was able to grab him, wrap him up. I can tell you this, though. Right now, our hats aren't on the right side, Paul. Matt made the tackle, but it was because he wrapped him up nicely. We got to start getting our helmet on that front side if we want to stop the big guy.
Looking at a 3rd down and 2 at the Vero 16. Handoff off the right side, and maybe about a yard gain. That is Cooper Richards on the carry.
Doesn't look like they're going to get it. And, Paul, that was a nice job by the safety coming down, Cam Perez.
Yeah.
Making the hit on that one.
It's going to be 4th and short. All right, then it look like they may want to measure this one. So we've got a moment here while they're getting the chain set. Rights to this broadcast of the state championship game in the 2022 FHSAA Class 4S Championship have been granted to Vero Nation Network by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening and viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. All right, so they're taking a look at it. And by the width of a credit card, I think they're short. So, 4th down, you know that they were already probably planning on it being 2-down territory anyway. So,
the only thing that I would even hesitate is to try to get points. You've got a kicker right here that this is a chip shot for him. So do you get the points, or do you say, hey, let's make a statement right now? I mean, if you don't make it, you've already got him pinned back into the 15-yard line anyway, or inside the 20.
Yeah, they're going to go for this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to think that they can't get
an inch.
Yeah. Yeah. But it sure would be nice if our defense did stop them.
This is, 34 right up the gut.
You got to believe it. 14-yard line, 4th and an inch for the Longhorns. Parks up under center. Emmons off the right side. He's got a first down and a few more yards as he's inside the 10.
Yeah, that was now he's going to have to come off the field because he lost his helmet, but that was actually off the right side. One of the things that was a little frustrating for Coach Mata talking to him is that the Emmons, he's such a good runner, but he's a little unorthodox because they can see where the hole is, but sometimes he'll bounce it just on his own.
They've got 5 first downs on this drive, the Longhorns. Now it's 1st and goal at the 8. Handoff off the right side. This is Hilliard. Nothing going there. 2nd and goal, maybe about a yard gain.
Nice job by that left side of that line. The defensive line just stuffing it.
2nd and goal. They're going to give him a couple yard gain as they'll have it just outside the 5-yard line. Clock continues to tick here. 4:15 and counting. No score. Vero Beach first possession ended in a punt. This is the first possession for Harmony. Parks, Hilliard, right side, stood up inside the 5.
Nice job by Bacon over there. It looks like Bucky Rojas, Kesney. Who else? Big Antoine Montgomery on that side. You're going to see number 25 come back, and Tyler Emmons is going to come back in after something was going on with his helmet.
Yeah, it's 3rd and goal now at the 4. Emmons back into the ball game along with Richards in the backfield. They'll send a single receiver to the left side. Emmons, right side, shakes it. He does not get it. He is short.
Wow, nice job. Bacon was able to slice in there and take the big guy's legs out.
So do you go for it?
Yeah.
Or do you try to kick a... I would say they go for it just because of the angle right here.
Yeah.
Field goal will be a pretty tough angle to kick off this hash. 4th and goal at the 2. Right side. Emmons pushing. Did he get
it?
He did not.
He did not get it. Did not get it. Defensive stop.
Indians hold. Turnover on downs, and Vero Beach will take over. Kind of a good news, bad news scenario here because now you're going to be operating right there at the 1-yard line.
I'll take it. That was straight, I want to say probably 4 or 5 straight to the right side. That'd be our defensive left that they saw. But how about those guys stepping up big time?
All right, led by Kesney Brown, who made a really good tackle in there. Forces the turnover on downs. 2:51 to go. Vero Beach starting from their own 1. Whiteley's got 4 receivers. 2 on either side. Rogers in the backfield. Shuttle pass around the right side for Woolard. Woolard trying to stretch it out to the right side, able to turn it upfield and get a couple of yards out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And
that
get
was
out
nice.
to the 5.
What a gutsy call from Coach. Basically, it's a jet sweep. It's a pass, so if he fumbles it,
right,
it's an incomplete pass. But he gets it, and he gets a little deeper in the end zone before he was able to pick up enough to give us a little bit of room.
2nd down and 5. Trips to the left side. Quick check to the sideline here. Harmony looking at a 1 safety high here. Let's see what Vero Beach dials up on 2nd down. And now, play clock's going to run out. There's got to be a delay.
It's going to be a delay of game, Paul. And, it was just by the time we set to see what the defense was, we get the play call in. Looks like the quarterback was wanting it, and the center didn't see something. He was trying to make a different call because that's the center who's making the calls under there. And, not what you need going backwards.
Yeah. Fortunately, half the distance to the goal on that. Whiteley looking to fire. He's got Dre. Dre trying to, just off his fingertips. And it'll fall incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That was a skinny post coming from the single up top. And we don't see that very often. It was a little high, but usually Dre comes down with that, 9 out of 10 times, or we'll say 99 out of 100. But he did not.
That might have been a foot race to the house.
That's right.
If he catches that. All right, 3rd and 8. Quick one out the left side for Dre. Trying to work around some blocks. Still on his feet, trying to push his way. Did he get enough for a 1st down? I think he did. Wow, what a play.
Wow. Wait, we needed that. Van Dravius Jacobs,
number 1, making the number 1 receiver for Vero Beach. Yeah. And, when you need a play, it's nice to have playmakers like that. Put the ball at the 12, 1st down and 10. Whiteley, again, looking to throw, fires. He's got Dre over the middle of the field. He shakes 1 tackle. Now he's trying to find some blocks, get around the edge. Jay still on his feet, almost to the 30-yard line, and a late flag. This might be a face mask.
Let's see what we've got. Man, that's right. Another slant right there. He comes in, makes the catch, and then stops, reverses field, picks up enough, and it looks like the guys on the sideline are saying a face mask.
Yep, face mask against Harmony. So they'll tack that in on to the end of Dre's reception there. And Vero Beach now.
Calling that a 5-yarder?
Okay. I guess so. Wow. All right.
Well, there's the 5-yard version and there's the 15. The 5 is, I guess, when your hands kind of scrape it a little bit, but you don't actually grab and yank. The 15 is when you're turning helmets.
At the 32, 1st down and 10. Whiteley, again, got pressure coming, fires. He's got Woolard. Woolard trying to get to the edge and just gets tracked down from behind. It'll be a gain of about 2 or 3 as we're working our way towards 2 minutes left in the first quarter with no score.
That was a great job by the defensive line for the Longhorns. That's who made the tackle.
Yeah.
Looked like we had a little opening, and as Woolard tried to, he was going from left to right, he tries to spin it back, and the defensive lineman was actually able to grab him and take him down for a short gain. He's got to learn just get upfield. Get upfield on that, get your yards.
At the 34, 2nd down. Handoff Rogers off the right side. He plows his way past the 35 to the 37.
Be nice to get the run game going, Paul. That was just a little left to right. Quincy off the right-hand side. Bringing your guard around, little wrap.
So it'll be 3rd down and a long 4 here for Vero Beach as 1:12 and counting left first quarter with no score. Second possession on the night for Vero Beach. And Vero Beach going to move some players around. We're going to go trips to the left side.
And here he goes. He's starting to count.
Handoff, Rogers off the right side, and Quincy past the 40-yard line. It'll be real close to the first down mark.
Looks like he's got enough, Paul.
It is awfully close. Really close. They haven't given the signal yet. It is really close, though. They're checking it out.
Yep, there it is.
First down. So Vero Beach with the run by Quincy Rogers, able to move the chains. The ball will be at the 37-yard line of Vero Beach with 36 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Paul, a unique mark on that one. The line judge stayed on the side where he marked it, and they brought it to him.
Again, going to go trips on that left side. Wiley looking to throw this time, firing over the middle of the field, looking for Dre. Battle for it, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, he had triple coverage on him on that one, and usually Dre comes down with that. But great defense on the Longhorns. That's a post route by Dre. He gave him a chance, but it was just triple coverage.
Yeah. 19 seconds to go. Second down and 10. No score. And Vero working on the 9th play of this drive. Ball at the 42-yard line of Vero Beach. And again, they're liking something in this formation. They're going to go trips on the left side. Whiteley fires. He's got Rogers out of the backfield. Wow. Hung onto the ball. What a great catch by Quincy. Took a big shot.
Nice job, Quincy Rogers, coming out of the backfield. And that's just not even a wheel route. That's just a bubble that you're going to extend out. And the cornerback has to come down and make a great play on it.
And that'll do it for the first quarter of play as Vero Beach trying to keep this drive alive. When we come back for the second quarter, they'll be on their 10th play of this drive. We got no score. Regional quarterfinal right here at the Citrus Bowl. We'll be back.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, welcome back. You are watching and listening to the 2022 FHSAA Class 4S Football State Championship game here on the Vero Nation Network. Paul Tipton, Matt Paris, Ronnie Self, Derek West here tonight at the Citrus Bowl. It's round one, and it's the Harmony Longhorns, 8th seed, taking on the number 1 seed, your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Indians now will flip the field here and looking at a 3rd down and 4 from their own 48. E.J. White in at quarterback. Keeper, E.J. walking behind some blocks down the sideline to the 40, 35, and out of bounds near the 30.
Well, that's what E.J. White, a.k.a. Ephraim White, gives you as a freshman, Paul. That's just, it's hard to say if it's at the Wildcat. It's because it's not really Wildcat because he actually plays quarterback. But it was a Wildcat formation in the sense that he comes in lead blocker with Quincy Rogers. And, man, you saw the speed as he busted for a first down.
Came in 9 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Keeper again looking behind some blocks by Rogers to the 25, to the 20. Still on speed, 15, 10, 5. Lunge for the pylon. Touchdown.
Yeah.
How about it?
Nice job, Ephraim. Boy, I tell you what. When you stack the box and you can get past those linebackers, and that's what they did. Another run to the right. Great job of blocking by the offensive line on that right side. Eric Benitez, Chase Stevens, and then you have Quincy Rogers as your lead blocker, and then you let dynamic Ephraim White do the rest as he breaks a couple tackles and comes down to the end and dives in.
EJ had been dealing with a shoulder injury from the Treasure Coast game in the very start of that game. Now with a 32-yard run to the end zone, gets Vero Beach on the board here. Extra point is up. Wow, Lewis boomed that one. And it is a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach at the start of the second quarter.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
So it was 99 yards, 11 plays, and a 32-yard run by E.J. White. The extra point is good. It's a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach, and this scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as we get set to kick the ball off towards the west end of the end zone. Perez boots it. Caught around the 10, 15. 20, and the return stopped right around the 23-yard line. All right, Matt, so, you have Whiteley in there at quarterback. He's moving the chains and getting the passes to the players and whatnot, but then you bring in EJ, and boy, is that a different dynamic.
It 100%, because your secondary is all worried about the wide receivers who have been gashing them, and all of a sudden you bring in another running back, and it is crazy. Once you get past that first set of the linemen and then the second level, watch him, and talk about a freshman, and the hips that he has on him, the moves that he can make, full speed, pretty stinking impressive. What that 1-2 punch between Whiteley and White.
Comes in, 2 carries, 52 yards. Of course, one of them a 32-yard run for a score. 11:35 left here in the second quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach. Handoff off the right side. No, option to the right side. And Cooper Richards gets to the 30-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, we had, I don't know who it was, I don't know if it was a safety or someone came down and almost picked off the pitch. But I like that. Make them do that to beat us. All right, stop that run. Stop Tyler Emmons and make them do that. That's and now, of course, I'm not the coach. I'm up here making the calls. But that would be my game plan.
Emmons going to get the call this time off the left side, and it is just stuffed at the line.
That was kind of a counter. You start going from the quarterback does a little waggle and tries to come in with Tyler Emmons on the backside, and almost like a counter, and Vero sniffed that out.
Yeah,
actually, it made a loss on the play.
Loss on the play, yeah. So they're looking at a 3rd down and 5. The Harmony Longhorns are at their own 29-yard line, down by 7. 10.5 to go, second quarter. Little pass play is up in the air. It's intercepted. Perez. And he's tackled around the 39-yard line.
Well, the Longhorns come in. They're only thrown 54 times all year, and he had 5 interceptions, and that's probably why. But the tight end did a little pop as he was open for a second. Ball goes off his fingertips, and Cam is in the right area, right place, right time. Big turnover.
So Cameron Perez with the interception gives Vero Beach offense good field position as they'll start at the Longhorn 39-yard line. And number 11 in at quarterback again, E.J. White. He's got 4 receivers, 2 stacks on either side. Low snap, White, he's looking to throw, pressured out of the pocket, flips it ahead. He was looking for Rogers. That'll be an incomplete pass.
Well, they brought the house on that one. They
sure
blitzed,
did.
and when usually you have your back, Paul, he's in there to help with that blitz package. He was not. He was actually on a route, so then they brought more men than we could block, and Ephraim, great job of just avoiding it.
Yeah.
And almost, man, what a heads-up play. Quincy just couldn't get his head turned around.
Right, yeah. He was looking to block. He thought EJ was just going to run, which is a good assumption.
Yeah.
Especially after the last drive when the last 2 plays were run plays. So it's incomplete. That brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock will stop at 10:17 here in the second quarter. Vero with a 7-0 lead, trying to capitalize on the turnover. Here comes another blitz. EJ, and he's going to be gobbled up back at the 45.
Yeah, they call those run blitzes. So when you have a feeling they're going to run, you're picking a gap, you rush through, and our linemen have no chance of getting to them when you're overloaded. We actually had an extra blocker in. Jean was in there to block, but now we got up a long.
Yeah, we're looking at a 3rd down and 16. So the Harmony Longhorns defense have decided, you know what, we're not going to let 11 get loose again.
That's right.
Rogers out of the backfield. Fires from White. Rogers down the left side, and Quincy past the 30-yard line will have enough for a first down.
Wow. Nice job. You're bringing them out. You bring them in motion, what we call smoke. You smoke them out, and no one goes with them, and you've got numbers. And how about the throw from Ephraim White, your freshman, who puts it right on the upfield shoulder as he is able to get it. Oh, we're coming just a little short, they
wow,
say.
They're going to spot that. Boy, I swear it looked like he got past the 30-yard line when he went out of bounds, but they're going to mark it at the 31. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Keeper White around the edge, got tripped up, and that'll be turnover on downs.
Nice job by the Longhorns. The blitz by their linebacker, and he was able to streak right in and get him by a shoelace tackle.
He sure did. In fact, EJ's shoe came off.
Yeah.
And, boy, I almost thought for a second EJ was going to get that and have about a 5-10-yard gain on that play, but a good play by the Longhorn defense to force the turnover on downs. So they avoid the disaster of the interception. The takeaway that Vero had has been nullified. So it's still a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach, but now Harmony gets the ball back. Emmons off the left side to the 35 and out of bounds about the 38-yard line.
Wow. We had a little extracurricular stuff going on, and no call. But that was just a toss play, and you get it to the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Rowney's got some blocking. We had no edge on that one, and he was able to pick up probably 9 yards.
Yeah, solid 9 yards, yeah. 2nd and 1. Emmons has got 11 carries for 58 yards. Oh, the ball's on the ground. They tried to go with a little bit of a RPO a little bit, and wow, that ball was sitting there for the taking, and the Longhorns got back on top of it.
Yeah, it looks like 34 Evans got his hands on his hips, and when usually you see that, that means there's a lot of oxygen being needed. But the Longhorns got away with one on that one, Paul.
They did. 3rd and 4 at the 37.
Another fumble.
Well, quarterback bobbled it again, and that was just enough as Bacon and the gang get in there, and it'll be a tackle for a loss. 4th down, and the punt unit's coming out.
Paul, that was on the quarterback center exchange. He just never had it. Ball popped up.
And they're trying to snap it with men on the field.
And they're going to get it,
they're
too.
They're going to get the flag.
And they only need 5 yards,
They only need 5 yards, and that'll be a first down. Huh.
Unbelievable.
So this will give the Longhorns new life here, I believe, with this penalty.
So when we did the exchange of the defensive guys coming in on the punt, our guys were just taking their time coming off. The Longhorns did a great job of running out, getting the punt off, and we didn't just have one guy. There was probably about
6 guys over there trying to get off the field.
Yes.
Yeah, so this will be illegal substitution. 12 men or more than 12 men on the field, but all right.
That's a great coaching job by the Longhorns. And, and just as far as our coaching, at that point, that's when you got to burn a timeout. If you see that happening, you got to try to burn a timeout.
8:09 to go, second quarter. It's a 7-0 lead, Vero Beach leading. And now first down for the Longhorns keeps this drive alive. Parks
Quick handoff up the gut. And it'll go to about the 45-yard line. This time it looked like it was Richards, I believe, on the carry.
Yep, it was. And this right now just giving Emmons a little bit of a chance to breathe. And he's probably going to tell the coach, hey, I'm ready.
Picks up 3, 2nd and 7. Emmons off the left side. Picks up 2.
Burning clock, 7:30 in the second quarter left, Paul, and it's just a dive right, dive left, and what they call that, a 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That used to be a common saying around here many moons ago. 3rd down and 4.
And we jump again.
Jump, and it'll be another first down.
Yeah.
So a couple of penalties here are keeping drives alive for Harmony. That's 5 penalties now. 32 yards for Vero Beach. And that's going to put the Longhorns into Vero territory at the 48. Receiver in motion. Trying to go on the exchange. And, man, Vero Beach just stood that one up. Blew it up completely as it was Richards, the intended running back.
Wow, how about that? That was nice. The whole right side of that line. Starting by Kesney Brown, and big 57 was in there. Warren Perry.
Yeah. And you get that support from those linebackers,
Yep.
Campbell and Pollock over there on that side. A loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Richards stretching it right, trying to get to the edge, and he'll get some positive yards as he's tackled over there around the 44-yard line. Be about a 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Longhorns. How about we not jump off sides here?
I know. Cooper's rushed for 601 yards on the season. That's pretty impressive.
Well, those 2 running backs coming in here, I mean, they between the 2 of them, almost 300 carries apiece, or together. That's a 6 carry, 18 yards now for Cooper Richards. As we're inside 6 minutes to go, the second quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach. Longhorns, bad miscommunication on that as Parks was standing there holding the ball and had nobody to hand it off to.
So Parks went left. The rest of the field went right. And so the dive was to the right. Parks goes left. And Paul, I have done that in your mind, especially when you've got a veer and you're reading the tackle, and sometimes you come out and in your mind you look at the left tackle and you go, okay, here's my guy I'm reading, and you.
Oh, they're going to get him again. We were trying to exchange people, and they got us again.
There's no reason for this. Call timeout.
Yeah.
You have to call timeout, guys.
And they're going to get him with another penalty here.
And so, and you're going to get a first down.
And another first down. Twice on this drive.
So right now, when you look at that as far as your coaching, someone's got to be down there keeping an eye on that. And if anything else, keep your guys in.
Right.
Just keep your regular guys in on punt. And how about that?
We got a timeout here for a water break at 5:11 to go, second quarter. Vero Beach leading 7-0.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Ohana Water Systems.
Welcome back to the Citrus Bowl, Billy Living's Field, where the Longhorns are keeping their drives alive thanks to 3 penalties. 2 of them with having too many men on the field on a 4th down punting situation. The other one was we just jumped off sides and gave them 5 yards for a first down. So obviously, Matt, Harmony studied something on film that saw that they might be able to catch Vero Beach.
Oh, without a doubt. When you see guys jogging off the field, it's easy.
First down. Pressure coming by Vero Beach. Emmons runs right by the pressure, pushes his way past the 30 to about the 28.
And so you talk about going uphill, downhill. When you're on this side of the 50 and you're running down, that's called running downhill. And that's what number 34 does very well.
Inside 5 minutes to play in this second quarter. Emmons got 13 carries, 69 yards. The score is 7-0. Handoff again off the right side, and another surge past the 25. Still going towards the 20. Still going to the 15 and down near the 10.
That's going to be a first down. Paul, you know, that's just good running by that young man.
Yeah.
He's down there trying to strip the ball. When you chop a tree down, you don't go at the top. You got to go at the trunk, and you start hitting the trunk, all right? That's what you've got to do to the big guy. Hit the trunk.
They're going to put this ball at the 12-yard line where it's first down and 10. Single receiver on either side. Richards on the carry left side, and he'll get to the 10-yard line, so picks up 2 on the carry.
Nice job by Wesley coming in there on the cornerback and popping them. Warren Perry was able to string it around. He was able to pick up some positive yards, about 1 or 2 yards. But
2nd and 8. Ball at the 10. Inside 4 minutes to go, second quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for Vero. Parks sends it to Emmons up the middle. He'll get to about the 7-yard line. So picks up about 2.
Oh, I think that is their big guy down, too. You could see he was just
yeah, so Emmons is still down. All right. Ronnie, this is the second time that we've seen Emmons not quite down, but definitely you can tell something's not right.
It is, Paul. He got hit on the play earlier in the game where he lost his helmet. He got hit pretty hard and was a little bit slow getting up, and that's why one reason he was out for about 2 plays instead of just one. But and he got hit pretty hard here again too. I think it looks like it's up around the shoulder or the head area.
Okay, thank you.
Well, hope for the best for the young man, and but that would be a huge blow to the Longhorns as he is the guy that carries the load.
Yeah. He's got 15 carries and 89 yards. He is up on his feet. And, of course, the Longhorn faithful are excited to see him moving. Now, we'll see how long he's going to be off of the field. Tonight's game in the 2022 FHSAA Class 4S Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association building leaders through teamwork. On third down, Parks up under center. Single receiver on either side. Right side is Hillard. Did he get there? No, he's short.
He's probably going to have enough for the first down, though, Paul.
Correct.
So you got a 1st and goal. That was just off the right side. Good running by the young man.
Yep.
1st and goal from what? The 1?
Probably Jeremy Hillard. And that is the 5th first down on this drive. 1st and goal. Can Vero Beach stack them up one more time? Off the left side, and Hillard into the end zone for the score. 1 yard run by Hilliard.
Well, I tell you what, the Longhorns, it's a little bit of a David and Goliath, if you want to say. Here's big 8A last year, Vero Beach, and you come in as the 8th seed. And, boy, I tell you what, it's been a heck of a battle this first half, Paul.
And the extra point is boomed through. Boy, that looked like it was off the left side, but they say good down there. We're tied at 7 with 2.5 to play in the second.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
69 yards, 14 plays for the Longhorns. It's a 1-yard run by Jeremy Hilliard for the score, and the extra point is good. We're tied at 7. That scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency. Matt Paris, Paul Tipton, as we are getting set for the kickoff here by Harmony with 2:49 to go in the second quarter, tied at 7. High kick is going to go into the end zone, touchback. In high school, it's automatic. Once it crosses that goal line, it is an automatic touchback, so Vero Beach will start from its own 20. All right, Matt, so you got 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go. You're going to start from your 20. You got 80 yards to go for a touchdown. I think, me personally, ideally would be good right now is to put a nice little sustained drive together because that defense spent a lot of time on the field. Give them a breather.
Without a doubt. We need some first downs right here. Got Jake Whiteley back in the game.
So Whiteley from the gun. Twin receivers on either side. Tonight we do not have our play clocks here, so we're kind of guessing here, but got a feeling like they need to hurry up. Whiteley fires left side, finds Woolard. Woolard around the 25-yard line.
Just a nice out route by Woolard over there, and Whiteley puts it on him. Able to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
2 minutes, 33 seconds and counting. 2nd and 5 coming up for Vero Beach.
Looked like he got out of bounds on that, too.
I thought so, too. Rogers in motion out of the backfield. Ooh. Dre gets the screen pass off the right side. He's got a block to the 35. He's got a first down, and a flag comes in. This one's coming back.
Man. Well, the only good thing, another flag. He's calling holding also. So where the holding call is, Paul, looks like it's probably just going to take it right back to the line of scrimmage. That was Dre.
Dre caught, yeah. Van Dravius caught that ball. And thanks to the penalty. And then there's, I guess, a penalty against them. Wow. There's, Matt, this they are confusing me.
So the should be right there.
Okay.
So actually,
it's almost like a do-over.
Yeah. Actually, we picked up a yard. Gained a yard on it.
Wow. All right. So a holding call against Vero Beach.
There was 2 holding, but the one holding was closer than the other holding.
Yeah. 2nd and 4. Whiteley. Pressure's coming, and he didn't see it either. 3rd down. Whiteley
just a
pops.
blitz.
Yeah, blitz.
Blitz coming off the defensive left side, offensive right side. No one to pick him up, and he didn't see it. I don't know if he was – I think they were trying to run what they call the fox, where they fake the screen and then see if someone was going long. No one bit. I mean, everyone was covered, and Whiteley had nowhere to throw it.
Got a minute 40 to go in second quarter. It's 3rd down and 11.
Now we got movement.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it'll be 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, we have movement on the line. They faked a blitz. Guys came up. We just gave a little shimmy.
So far in the night, 8 penalties, 52 yards for Vero Beach. Minute and a half, 3rd and 16 from our own 14-yard line. Going to go trips to the left side. Handoff, Rogers off the left side. Quincy bulling his way towards the 25-yard line. Won't be enough for a first down, but gives us a little bit of room if we want to punt the ball away.
Yeah, and they just let the clock go. I don't know if they're going to call timeout to see if they can save some time.
Everybody's got their timeouts right now, yeah.
And that's all that was. Just handoff to Quincy, no interceptions, anything like that. See if he has a chance to break one.
Cameron Perez set to punt. Low liner. Takes a bounce, and then it's down to around the 38-yard line, or 43-yard line of Harmony. So the Longhorns now have 37 seconds, all 3 timeouts, and they're going to start from their own 37-yard line.
I wouldn't expect them to do anything that's abnormal, Paul. The big guy's out, and remember, they get the ball in the second half.
I said the 37. It's actually the 42-yard line where it's first down and 10. They're going to send 2 receivers on the right side. Parks, keeper off the right side. He gets to midfield, and it just stops. Well, he was I don't know if he was thinking about sliding or what he was doing there. He kind of slowed up.
It's almost like practice, and you can't hit the quarterback.
Yeah.
But he did keep it, and they picked up other.
And they're not even trying to time out here, so they're just going to let this clock roll.
Yeah.
Right side. Ball is loose.
Oh, yeah. Ball is loose. Call timeout. Looks like Vero might have
Clock
it. Vero does have it.
And Vero's got the fumble.
4 seconds to go.
Pollock comes out with it. How about that? So Kevin Pollock recovers the fumble.
Now 34 was Emmons out. I don't think that was either Cooper or.
Yeah, that was very noticeable there, Matt, on that drive that they did not have Tyler Emmons into the ball game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Jeremy Hillard that fumbled it.
So Vero Beach has got it at their own 45-yard line. 4 seconds. Doesn't even matter if you have a timeout here. You pretty much got a Hail Mary going on here. Wiley looking. Fires. He's got Dre. A little hook and lateral here.
Yeah.
And Rogers slips. Not sure he was going to get much out of that, but so that will do it for the first half of play. As we're all going to go to the locker room tied up at 7. And Ronnie Self is standing by with our head coach, Lenny Jankowski. Ron?
Coach, tough first half. Very good football game on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 7-7, so that's a good game. We have some self-inflicted, wounds that we've got to, can't happen at this stage of the season for sure. So we'll get some things cleaned up, hopefully. We got to play a great second half to win the game.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, we're tied at 7 going into the locker room, and stick around because we've got the Genesis Church of Vero Beach halftime show coming up featuring Bobby Paris and Women of the Fighting Indians. We're tied at 7 against Harmony here in round 1 of the State Series playoffs. This is Fighting Indians football.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com.
Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest heart of stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians Halftime Show, brought to you by Genesis Church. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome back for more of Women of Fighting Indians Football. This is Bobby Paris, and I am privileged to interview the moms of our senior varsity football players. My guest this evening is the beautiful Carol King. She is the mom to Matt King. He is 6 foot, 170-pound senior, D-back, a special team player, a 2-year varsity player, and a great asset to our Fighting Indians football team. Welcome, Carol.
Thank you so much, Bobby, for having me this evening. It is really a pleasure to spend this time with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, this is about you, Carol. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I am Carol King, and I was born in Haiti. Yes, and raised in Guadeloupe. And I've been here in the United States since 1994. So it has been a long time. Yes, so therefore, I used to be a photographer. Yes, so not anymore. I used to do decoration. I do a little bit of almost everything, like different hat. But right now, I would call myself, an entrepreneur. Well, I do different activities. I am a community person. I love community. I love, helping people, especially for the moment of the election. I love to get people out there and vote. And I can say I am a Christian. I love my God. Of course, number one. That's the number one thing. And basically, I'm married. I have 2 children. I have Matt, and I have an older kid, Carmel. And I have my husband, Naz King. So basically, that's it.
So we are in the playoffs, and how exciting is this? I think I've known that for a long time. This team was special, and I think I knew that they were going to go all the way, or at least try anyway. They have a wonderful program at this high school. The Booster Club, the coaches, everything. Tell me how you feel about that.
I feel fantastic. I feel Vero was the best choice. I feel like God led Matthew to Vero because, I love it. I love the program. I love the coaches. I love the brotherhood. I love the fact that the coaches, they truly care. And that's important to me as a mother. I love it. And I'm going to say, Vero, it's it.
And, we have what we call the 12th man in the huddle. That's the fans sitting up in the stands, the 12th man. And it's a good camaraderie. I don't think anybody gets mad, but they're all there for those kids on that field. It's a community. It is a community, and those coaches have their heart off the field as well as on. So we are blessed. We really are. Carol, I know you said you didn't work full time, but you do. If you're a mom and you have a home, you work full time. And this is a busy time of year, and I say this all the time. They cram everything in between August and December. What is your secret at home for keeping the King family organized? If there's such a thing.
First and foremost, I'm going to say God. God is the secret because He's the only one that can help us with everything that's going on, everything that we have to deal with. But when we come to a human level, I would say communication. I would say communication is the number one thing beside God, of course. But just let everybody know their responsibilities and also the priorities. So, and that's how we end up doing it.
Women of Fighting Indians football will continue right after this.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something.
Going to talk about school and that. Does he have any idea of where he would like to go after graduation? No. And does he have any idea of what he would like to do as far as his career?
Matthew would love, when I say love, would love to go to Florida State. And yes, he is into business, so he would love to, to be in business. Yeah, when he graduated.
I'm such a proponent for student athlete, I should say, student being first. And I talk about this in all my interviews, because you can be the best football player in the whole world, but if you don't have the studies, you're not going to play. So tell me how Matt is in the classroom.
Actually, Matt already know that at a young age. He knows I don't care how. But education, and I always tell Matt that education is very, very, very important. So therefore, I am always on his back. But I can tell you, he is a very smart kid. He is great in the classroom. He is good, but he could be great. And I'm pushing for him to be great.
All righty. What would be 3 priorities for your children? Number 1. Being the most important?
Number 1, the most important is knowing God. Knowing God and trying your best to follow God. The reason why, because once, and it says that in the Bible as well, knowledge, the knowledge of God, it's the beginning, of wisdom. So when you have that, and it's a priority to me, because I know once you got that, you are heading in the right direction. So that's a number 1. Number 2, we just talk about it. We talk about, first, I would say family value, which is important, because as a family, we are a team. And that's why I always tell Matt that, family, it's a team. You are in a football team, so that's your family as well. So therefore, those are values that I really, really want for my children to keep. And of course, 3, that's not the least one, but education. Very, very important. Very important. And I'm riding his back all the time, and he knows better.
And that's good parenting. I think I told you all, it is your business to be in his business. They don't like to hear that, but it really is. So when I say good parenting, what does that mean to you?
Good parenting means to me being there for your child, communicating with them, letting them know that you are there, give them the right direction to go to, even though you think they're not following. But when you lead them, trust me, they follow more than you think. So that's why, and also I say being, like good parenting, be a good example. Don't just talk it, but live it. So that's good parenting too.
Yeah, it's not don't do as I do as I say. Do as you see me do.
Exactly.
And that's the role model. You got it down. I don't think he has any problem at all. He's got these great parents. Time goes by so fast. It's hard to believe he is a senior. All righty, Carol, who would you like to give a big shout out to?
Oh my God. First of all, Bobby, I'm going to say thank you and a big shout out to you because you are doing a fantastic job. And of course, I cannot forget the coaching staff, Coach J. Thank you so much for, welcoming Matthew like he's on. I truly appreciate that. And all the other coaches, because they're all embracing those kids, and especially at this age, they need that. They need to know that the adults, they are there because they look up to the you have no idea how much they look up to those coaches. And it matters what they say. It matters the way they look at the kids. Oh my God. And thank you. I cannot thank them enough, and thank you so much. Oh, yes, I'll definitely say hi to Carmel, my daughter. And of course, I have my husband. I'm going to say, a big shout out, to my husband and, all my family members. I mean, they are so big, so it would take me so long. But yes.
And as we end this, we say,
Go Fighting Indians! Yay!
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
The Fighting Indians Halftime Show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
So we're tied at 7. Vero Beach, Harmony, round 1 of the state playoffs. We'll give you a breakdown here of the first half stats brought to you by Durfee's Heating and Cooling. For Harmony, all ground game, 132 yards on 32 carries. As you would expect, Tyler Emmons was the leading carrier, 15 carries, 89 yards. Cooper Richards, 8 carries for 20 yards. Parks, 5 for 17, and Hilliard, 4 for 6 and a score. The penalties for the Longhorns were just 5 penalties for a total of 5 yards, it looks like. So one penalty for 5 yards, as I'm being told by our statistician. Mr. Glenn Rustay, by the way, who's filling in for Don Dexter, who's out of town
And thank
this
you
week.
for that.
Yeah, I appreciate Glenn stepping in here. He used to be my statistician way back in the day, and his last name's Rustay, and he's a little rusty tonight, so he's trying to get back into the swing of things with 9 first downs. Yeah, like I told him, I said, you've never heard that saying before, have you, ever? All right, for Vero Beach, we're getting way off track here. 58 yards on the ground. Quincy Rogers got 3 carries for 21 yards. E.J. White, 4 for 45, and the touchdown. Jake Whiteley has been throwing the ball tonight, 14 of 20 for 122 yards. He's hit Vondravius Jacobs 7 times for 67 yards. Justin Woolard, 4 for 19. He's also got Troy Smith's got 1 for 17, and then Quincy Rogers 2 for 21. But the storyline so far for Vero Beach is not just the fact that there are 8 penalties for 52 yards. It's the 3 penalties that were on one drive that really was what allowed Harmony to get the score in the first place. So on 3 different times, Matt, we had twice too many men on the field on a 4th down, and then we had an offsides penalty on a 4th down. All of those allowing Harmony not only to keep the drive alive, but get those first downs and keep moving the chains, and eventually got to a place where they could score.
It is. And now if you go to their first drive, they also had 5 first downs. At least one of those was the same way. Now, they had a turnover on downs on the 1-yard line, but that was also, there was at least one of those from a penalty perspective where we jumped off sides. And that's the stuff that you got to clean up. And that's what Coach said at halftime when he said like that, like this deep into the season, first round of the playoffs, he's reading between the lines. It's unacceptable. He's probably going to choose some guys out as we go.
Yeah, well, let's find out what the mood and talk was in the locker room. Ronnie, let's start with that defensive side. I mean, I think they played a pretty good first half, got a couple of takeaways, but we're tied.
Oh, you're exactly right, Paul. Defensively, we played pretty well. We had an interception, we had a fumble recovery, so that's pretty good defense. But he just told them that they need to play with a little more intensity and just cut out the foolish mistakes. And Coach went over defensively some schemes with them so that they are kind of recognize what Harmony is doing, and we got to know where the ball's at and come out and make tackles and not necessarily try to strip the ball off right away. Let's gang tackle and start making the tackle, and then we can worry about stripping the ball and those type things. So hopefully we'll come out and play good hard second half and put some more points on the board.
All right. Derek, I like the mix-up, Jake Whiteley at quarterback throwing the ball, E.J. White running the ball. Do we expect to see that again in the second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach talked a lot about staying in front of the chains. We got behind the chains on a couple of drives that just kind of thwarted the drive a little bit. Talked about the intensity, kind of picking up the intensity a little bit, but then he said something that just kind of struck me, and I wrote it down. He said, guys, we have to play with a dominant mindset. You don't have to do anything out of the ordinary, but you do have to play to the best of your ability and with a dominant mindset. And I think that sums up the effort that we need in this second half.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Hey, I want to give you a quick little rundown on the playoff bracket. If you were in our pregame show, you saw the whole rundown of who's playing in what region and all those kind of things. Well, a lot of the games were played last night. They were not moved to Saturday night. There's only like about 2 or 3 games moved to tonight. One actually was played this afternoon, and it does affect this game, by the way. The winner of this game is going to play Melbourne, who beat Centennial earlier today, 28-16. DeLand and Osceola played last night. Wow, what a shootout it was. 30-28, the final score. Osceola moves on, and it was one of those, like, whoever had the ball last was probably going to win the game, and that's exactly what happened, as Osceola just ran out the clock at the end. Martin County and Treasure Coast faced each other in round 1 on Friday night. They had faced each other earlier in the season, and Treasure Coast really had taken it to them in that first game. Did the same thing again last night. It was a 35-7 win for Treasure Coast. So now Treasure Coast will face Osceola in round number 2. The Titans will travel to Kissimmee because Osceola has the higher RPI, so Osceola gets to host the game. Melbourne is in an interesting spot. If Harmony ends up winning this game, Harmony travels to Melbourne. If Vero Beach wins the game, Melbourne will come here next Friday night. Taking a quick look at some of the other brackets in Region 1, the team that is number 1 overall is Bartram Trail. They had no problem with Flagler last night, winning 50-0. Then moving on. You also had Creekside winning, and they will face Bartram Trail in round 2. Crestview they won last night. That was actually an upset over Niceville. Niceville, number 3 overall in the class, got upset last night, 26-21. So congratulations to Crestview. They will play Buchholz, I believe is how you say that, in round 2, who also won their game last night, 35-34. So that's Region 1. Region 2, Lakeland dominant in their game. They move on. They're going to be facing Springstead in round 2. Lake Minneola and Bartow are playing tonight. That's one of the other 3 games that are being played today. So winner will be looking at playing against Winter Haven, who upset Lando Lakes last night. So there you go with that. And then in Region 4, winners are Venice, Lehigh, Riverview, and Sarasota. So Venice will play Lehigh. Riverview plays Sarasota. That is your quick look at the brackets. And so it will starts out with 32 teams next week. They'll be looking at 16 teams, and we're hoping that Vero Beach is going to be one of them. Right now it's 7-7, and Vero Beach, who won the toss, elected to receive to start the game, now will kick off to the Longhorns to start this third quarter. I'm Paul Tipton along with Dr. Matt Paris. Down on the sideline is Derek West and also Ronnie Self. And we get set here tonight for the second half of the first round game. Kickoff caught at the 1. Return to the 10, 15, 20, and out of bounds around the 22-yard line. That's where the Longhorns, Matt, will start their first drive of the second half.
Nice deep kick by Cam Perez. Nice, put it down all the way to the 1-yard line. And good coverage by the Indians. And I did see Tyler Emmons out there, so number 34 for the Longhorns will be in the game.
All right, so they're going to put this ball down around the 22-yard line, I believe. Or actually, no, they're going to put it at the 20. First down and 10 for the Longhorns. We're tied at 7.
Remember, Paul, how do you take a tree down? By the trunk. Let's just keep hitting it. Arm tackle, or tackle, and wear them out.
Handoff. Pitch out is going to go to the right side. Richards, and he'll cut back to the 30-yard line, and that's a nice little 10, 11-yard gain by the Longhorns.
Yeah, you know what? And I think that's a great call. You got Emmons in there. Everything you think the ball's going to go to him. They pull it in a nice little pitch out, and we have to have someone there on that one to remember we talked about assignment football. Everyone's got their job to do. You don't worry about that guy. You take care of your guy.
Picks up 11. First down and 10. Emmons gets the handoff this time. He picks up about 3, and then he's tossed aside.
Yeah, nice job by Matthew Bacon on that side. And I believe that's Anderson also in the play. And how about number 27, Aiden Smith getting in there at 5'11", 165 pounds.
Second down and 8. Emmons left side, caught in the backfield by Campbell for a loss.
Keyshawn Campbell with another tackle for a loss. And I tell you what, you know what's nice? We got some stats on that. He had 18.5 coming in, 19.5 tackles for the loss for Keyshawn Campbell, senior linebacker.
Leading the team with tackles for a loss and also leading the team with sacks with 5.
Wow.
And a big tackle for a loss there puts the Longhorns behind the chains on third down. It is 3rd and 11. Looking to pass, going downfield, and it's caught, but he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So it'll be incomplete, and it's 4th down. So Parks, who comes into this game, he's tried 54 times, only completed 25 for 368 yards. And that one he just led his receiver just too far out of bounds.
Yeah, it was to the short side of the field. The ball was on the right hash, and he was going a little fade right on the right side. And over, and his great pass, just a little outside.
Punt is away. We had just 11 guys on the field. Wooler's going to let it go over his head. And it took a big bounce right over the top of him. It'll stop around the 25-yard line. So, yeah, Matt, hey, we did a better job of getting our guys off the field this time.
They did. I don't think we substituted, but maybe one or two, and that was it. Left the big guys, who are the ones usually getting caught. They left them on the field. And, hey, defense did their job, got the stop. See what the offense can do.
All right, so Wiley was effective through the air, 14 of 20 and 122 yards. And then EJ comes in and with the run game, and he was effective as well. So let's see what we dial up here from our own 25, first down and 10, and tied at 7. We're going to have twin receivers on either side. It's at 9:48 in the third quarter. This is the first possession for Vero Beach in the third quarter. Whiteley fires. Gwynn had it, and it fell out of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, that's the big tight end / Y that we have out there, and runs an out route. Whiteley put it right in the good spot, if you want to say. And we just did not come down with it. That's the stuff that Coach is frustrating because you've got to be staying positive. Everyone's got to go in positive yards.
Second and 10. Trips to the left side. Looking to fire, a screen. Dre's got it, trying to get by some blocks. Harsh collar tackle, and there's the flag.
Yeah, nice catch to the running a screen out to Dre, and the ball was a little low and short, but Dre was able to scoop it just before it hit the turf, and was able to pick up some positive yards, and then gets the horse collar tackle.
So they'll tack on the 15 here. Oh, wow. Really?
Huh.
Wow. Interesting development here.
All right. Well, let's say that again. So
I honest to God, I did not see that at all.
All right. So let's
holding call. So yeah. And what looked like it was going to be a nice first down for Vero Beach is now second and long, 2nd and 17, back to our 18-yard line. Whiteley, he's looking, fires. He's got Smith. What a catch by Troy to the 34-yard line.
Going to be just short of a first down. That was a nice post route. And how about Whiteley putting it on it? That's one of those you don't air out. You just put it right on them.
Hurry up. Whiteley fires. Dre with the catch underneath. Turns it upfield. A first down as he gets to the 45-yard line. And Vero Beach with that quick NASCAR tempo.
That's what we need. Keep them going. You got guys playing both ways for the Longhorns. You got guys with their hands on their hips right now. It's like, hey, keep the pedal to the metal.
Twin receivers on either side, one back in the backfield. Whiteley looking, fires over the middle of the field, and he was looking for Gwynn. Boy, I'm surprised there wasn't a little bit of a flag there.
Well, that was when the feet get caught up.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to call that. That's what they basically incidental contact is what they're probably going to say. I would have said the same thing. There wasn't a shove or anything by the defender. They just got his feet caught around.
Not sure if he had kept his feet, he could have caught that pass. That was a little high. Second down from the 46. Fires. Dre's got it over on the right side. And out of bounds around the 45-yard line, just shy of the first down mark.
Thinking about the 47, Paul. So, yeah, bringing up a...
Okay.
So that was just a hitch route on the sideline.
Yeah. Third down and 3 for Vero Beach. They're at the Longhorn 47. 4-receiver set. Longhorns look like they want to bring pressure.
Oh, he's got to call timeout. We got
timeout. Unless we get the snap. We got the snap. Whiteley He's going to fire. He's got Dre. What a catch over on the sideline.
Wow. So when you get we don't have play clocks. Obviously, you mentioned that earlier, Paul, but the back judge, he'll put his hand up, and he's got 10 seconds. And I think when he gets about to 5 seconds, he starts counting it off like a basketball ref as he's got 5 seconds to get the ball in.
With that catch by Vondravius Jacobs, that gets us a first down to the 42-yard line. Handoff Rogers off the left side. Quincy with a burst of speed. Stop shy of the 30-yard line.
Nice job by that offensive line on the left side. And how about Quincy Rogers hitting the hole hard and picking up a first down.
Sense of rhythm here now for this offense. First down and 10. Whiteley fires. Woolard on a screen pass. Shakes off one tackle. Stays on his feet. Oh, able to pick up now. Flag coming way from back in the corner.
That's probably going to be another holding. He's putting the ground. He's putting it down. They just do not like the way our receivers block.
Wow. He was all the way back at the end zone.
Well, it's his job. He's watching the play. And from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be about a 5-yard.
Yeah. So if you're keeping track, 11 penalties, 72 yards on the night for Vero Beach. 8:09 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 7. So Dre on the night, 11 catches for 99 yards. Well, he had a nice one over there on that far sideline a few minutes ago to get us a first down.
So the flag was thrown on the 25, and this is the guys over here, the ref is trying to figure out that. Yeah. The FAR judge has come in and mentioned something, but
wow.
Yeah, they're going to put it on the 35 where it okay, now they're talking it out. So it's in essence a 5-yard penalty.
See, what really hurts on this, Matt, is the offense was getting into a rhythm. The penalty does hurt, but this kind of stoppage really hurts.
Yes.
All right, 1st and 14. Play action. Whiteley looking for Jacobs, right side. Dre trying to turn it upfield. Shakes one tackle, stays on his feet, but then a group effort by Harmony. There we go. Yeah. Flags as there was some shoving over there on the far sideline.
Now, before we get too excited.
Right, I know. I'm not saying anything. I'm waiting to see.
Who's this going to go against? Oh, it would obviously the idea is that it's going to go against the Longhorns because they shoved Dre and he was way out of bounds. But you never know.
Yeah.
All the Longhorns are consoling their linebacker.
So we'll see. We anticipate. All right, here we go. Dead ball, personal foul against Harmony.
And that should be enough for a first down.
It would be. Yep.
I think personal foul I think that might be automatic on the regardless of it, right? If it's a dead ball personal foul, is that?
I would think so. I mean, it's 15 yards, so it's got to be, yeah.
But whether you make the yardage or not,
right,
yeah.
So that puts the ball inside the 20 to the 17-yard line where it's first down and 10. We'll set up 3 receivers on the left, single on the right. Rogers on the handoff. And Quincy gets past the 15 and stopped around the 14.
Nice job. Pick up about 4. That was just a little give to him and keep him honest.
So we're looking at about the 8th play of this drive. We're at 7:25 left in the third quarter. It's tied at 7. This is a good drive by Vero Beach. Now you want to really cap this off with a touchdown. So Quincy doing just enough with that ground game. 5 carries, 35 yards. Of course, E.J. White has been in a few times like he is now at quarterback. White off the right side looking for some blocks and is tackled around the 12.
Yeah, that was just a good play. Picks up now 3 yards. but instead of trying to cut it up,
Yeah.
decided to try to go out, and it was a great defensive stand by the Longhorns.
3rd down and 3. White again at quarterback. Off the right side. Trying to turn it upfield. He gets past the 10 to about the 8, maybe 7. And
Back to the 9, Paul.
Yeah, I guess the 9-yard line.
Maybe about 4th and 1.
And 4th and 1 coming up for the Indians.
So, yeah, you see a young man that he's got speed. What you always want to do is he's trying to think go outside. Sometimes you plant your foot and just get the first down.
4th and 1. Let's see what we do here. White takes the snap off the right side. He's got the first down and inside the 5 for 1st and goal.
There you go. Now that's what he did right there. Plant your right foot going to the right. That's 3 straight runs to the right. Plant that right foot and get upfield.
EJ stays in the game at quarterback. 1st and goal at the 4. EJ off the right side. Spins his way. Ball loose. And I think Vero's back on top of it. Whew. Oh. And Vero Nation just breathed a sigh of relief here.
Yep.
All right.
That was a blitz by a linebacker, came in and caught him before he could get really the ball tucked.
Okay. So White out, Whiteley in. 5:10 and counting, 3rd quarter, 2nd and goal. We're tied at 7. Winner moves on. Whiteley, handoff, Rogers off the left side, about to the 2.
I can tell you right now, Paul,
3rd
when they get to the linebackers, those linebackers aren't going backwards.
Yeah.
They are going forward.
All right, a ball at the 2. 3rd and goal. What does Vero dial up here? Whiteley at quarterback. You're going to send Smith, Woolard to the left side. Gwynn, Jacobs on the right side.
Taking a lot of time. He's going to call timeout.
Timeout's going to be taken. That's a good deal. We'll step aside as well. 4:14 to go, 3rd quarter. We're tied at 7.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Regional quarterfinal, otherwise known as round 1 of the State Series Championships, and it is Vero Beach hosting Harmony, the number 1 seed, taking on the 8th seed. Winner gets to move on to face Melbourne next week. The other guy, season over. And right now, it is 3rd and goal from the 2. We're tied at 7, and Vero Beach looking to see if it can punch one in here. We're going to send trips to the left side. Single receiver on the right side. Rogers is in the backfield with Jake Whiteley at quarterback from the gun. Whiteley, he's looking to throw. Pressure coming, and he's hammered back at the 12-yard line. Wow, they brought a big blitz, and Jake did not see it coming. All right, so field goal unit comes out. Try.
When you're having a blitz like that, there's got to be a clock where you see it, you got to plant your foot, you got to throw. And you don't have time to do anything else.
All right. Matt, you were in warm-ups. You were working with Jesse a little bit.
And he was doing good. It's just everything's got to work, though.
27-yarder. Kick is up. It looks really good. And it is. 27-yard field goal by Jesse Lewis gives Vero Beach the lead once again. Late in the third quarter, 10-7.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
So 75 yards, 14 plays. That's the drive, and it results in a 27-yard field goal by Jesse Lewis. And Vero Beach regains the lead here late in the third quarter, 10-7 with 3:23 to go, third quarter. Now you got to ask your defense, time to step it up here. They did on that last drive. Harmony ended up punting the ball away after they got one first down. Then it was a 3-and-out. So we can do that again. Vero Beach can, march its way maybe to a victory here. If it's 10-7, so be it.
So, Paul, what you were able to do on that drive as well is give the defense a little bit of a break. When you had a couple first downs, we had two third down conversions. So we were able to give them some time to rest right now. We should have some fresh legs as we come out. But hey, hats off to the Longhorns. I mean, that's a great goal line stand right there. Big blitz. They hold us to 3 points.
Perez waits for the signal. He's getting set to kick off towards the east end of the stadium. And this one will go in for the touchback. All right, while we have a second, while we go down the sideline, check in with Derek West. Derek, offense was moving the ball, but got stumbled just a little.
We did. We caught them in a kind of a bear defense. They're running and they're putting their nickel up high. And so the way you attack that is going to the vacated space. And we were all the way down there, and at least we got some points out of that drive.
All right, so Longhorns will start from their 20. Down by 3. And we jumped and gave them 5 yards.
Well, you got a lot of energy sitting on the sideline, and you jump. How about that?
12 penalties, 77 yards. You got to win this game now.
Yeah.
First down and 5. Pitch out. Richards, first down and out of bounds.
Great job right now. Evans, he's just not himself. So that's a couple times they've gone to him and they just fake it. And I don't even think sure he's reading it. I think it's just it's pulling it and it's an option. But they got the first down.
For Richards, that's 10 carries, 43 yards. That's a first down on that last carry. Richards again, this time just a couple of yards.
That's just a power going from left to right. Bring the big guy at the middle to power, and he was able to pick up still a couple of yards.
2:55 and counting. Third quarter. Vero leads 10-7. Harmony, boy, Vero thought there was movement on the line.
How are
there.
they not calling that?
Wow, okay. Keeper, Parks.
There you go.
And he'll pick up about 3 or 4 on the carry.
Much better on the assignment football. Now, I don't understand how they did not call that as a
I don't either.
as motion. Because you can't have two guys moving at the same time.
Right. Third down and 3. Handoff left side.
Yeah.
And Richards to midfield. Longhorn first down. Inside 2 minutes to go, third quarter. It's a 10-7 lead for Vero.
Just a hard-nosed dive right up the middle, and he was able to just keep the legs moving.
So they get the ball in Vero territory at the 49. 1st and 10. Emmons on the carry. Spins his way to about a 7-8 yard gain.
Yep, off the right-hand side, dive, and able to go through the first tackle, go through the second tackle, spin, and then gets tackled by the fourth or fifth guy.
2nd down and 3 for the Longhorns at the Vero Beach 42. Richards gets to about the 40, and that's about it.
Going to bring up another third down.
Yep. 3rd and short. They basically got 2 plays here, Matt, to try to get about a yard.
And
52 seconds left in the quarter. Pressure coming. Evans, man, he looked like he was stopped, and he just kept those legs churning and spun his way for a first down. So they'll move the sticks. Clock stops. And now restarts at 34 seconds.
Well, we had him on the initial hit, and he just spun out of it.
And they're going to stop the clock here momentarily. I guess they took a timeout. So 31 seconds left before we get to third quarter.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I think there's some confusion here. All right.
Clock should keep
I thought
going.
Maybe somebody had signaled a timeout here, but apparently not.
And the clock should start.
And they've reset the clock to 38 seconds.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay. On 1st down and 10 at the 37. Emmons, left side. Great tackle, pursuit by the Indians. Good shot by Wesley, who came up and initially made the hit, slowed Emmons down just enough to let 3 other Indians come in and make the tackle.
The whole left side of the Longhorns line, they basically chop block. All they did was dive right at the feet, and that's a legal play inside the box. Try to cut the guys down, get the big guy with no pursuit, but Wesley did a great job.
That's the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter's on its way, and it's going to be a good one. Vero Beach is leading 10-7. It is round 1 of the playoffs. Winner moves on to next Friday night. Let's see what happens. We'll be back.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
It's a big play right here, boys.
Back here for the fourth quarter, and yes, it is a big play right here on 2nd down and 11. Paul Tipton, Matt Paris, as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. Vero leads 10-7, a 2nd down and 11. Pressure coming. Hilliard this time trying to shake some tackles, and he stays on his feet. My goodness. And they finally blow the whistle.
Well, I say big play because it's a tough one to go 3rd and long when this offense. And now you go a little bit easier with a 3rd. I mean, still a little bit long, but it's a doable.
3rd down and 6.
You know, the frustrating part is, and Bill Mata talked about this before the game, the initial hit and tackle, and we're not getting that initial hit and tackle.
Yep. Receiver in motion. Up the gut, and it'll dive to the 30-yard line. Pick up a couple, brings up 4th down.
But right now you're on the 30-yard line, so you've got a kicker who can actually, I mean, that would be a...
He's kicked a 49-yard field goal.
This is going to be a 47-yard field goal attempt, and I can tell you what, he's got the leg for it.
Yep, he is 10 of... This is just Alex Tuyo.
Don't jump off sides.
Yeah, he's 10 of 13, 49-yard long.
Blocked.
Field goal.
Oh, we touched it.
Jumps on top of it. Oh, my goodness. That was almost a free ball for Harmony. And Rojas able to get on top of it to cover, and Vero Beach will get the ball back. But a blocked field goal, as you knew that Tuyo was going to have to drive that ball. So normally you'd probably have a little more height on it, but with that kind of distance, he had to drive it. It would stay lower longer.
You guys can't see it up here in the booth, but as the ball was, they were trying to catch it. I'm hanging on Paul, grabbing his shoulder, thinking in my mind, what are we doing? And we got away with one, because once that defense touches it, that's a free ball. It can be picked up by anybody.
So it's at the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Vero Beach, who leads by 3. Whiteley is going to hand off. Rogers, left side, pushes to the 25.
It's a little positive gain right there. I mean, no holding, nothing that we've seen.
7 carries, 41 yards for Quincy Rogers on the night. Picks up 3 on that carry. It's 2nd and 7 at the 26. Twin receivers on both sides. Another handoff to Rogers through the gap. 40, 45, midfield. 40, 30, 20, and tackled inside the 15-yard line. Holy cow.
That's the same play, just off the right-hand side, almost like a zone, and he hit the gap. The lineman, what a great job on that right side, and they were able to pick it up. Yep, Quincy Rogers on a huge run.
About a 60-yard run by Rogers. 9.5 to go here, and it's 1st down and 10. White's in the ball game. Keeper, EJ, right side, turns it upfield, pushing his way towards the end zone, and he's just shy.
Oh, wow. How about that? Gets it all the way down to about the 1-yard line, Paul, and just a power to the right with Quincy as their lead blocker. You got balls on the 2. He said we got Jean in there, you've got Quincy, and you got Ephraim.
1st and goal at the 2. They're going to space this one out. Dre, wide right. Stack over on the wide left. Keeper. Lunge for the end zone. Touchdown. EJ White. 2-yard run by EJ White, his 2nd score of the night.
The ball popped out, but he had it across the end zone. He reached out with his 6'3", probably about a 6'8" wingspan on the young man, and was able to get the tip of the ball across. What a great play by the freshman.
This drive started on the 23-yard line, and it's 4 plays. And now Lewis with a chance to tack another one on, and does. And Vero Beach has extended its lead 17-7.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
So how about this? You're going to go 4 plays. And a big 60-yard run by Quincy Rogers sets the stage for E.J. White to come in and score from 2 yards out. Quincy on the night, 8 carries, 104 yards, and none bigger than that 60-yard run that now has given Vero Beach a 17-7 lead here in the fourth quarter. Fake on the reverse, and Richards gets back to the 20-yard line on the return off the kickoff. And, Matt, how about that last drive by Vero Beach? Started with Quincy Rogers on a big run, capped off by E.J. White.
Well, you know what, Paul? We've talked about that offensive line that, at times and special places, special times, the line has to step up and start getting to that next level, start letting the run take over, and they were able to do it on that. Great job, great call by Coach Jankowski, switching things up.
8:49 to go, fourth quarter. Harmony Longhorns with the ball at their own 20-yard line. Handoff. About a 6-7 yard gain, and it is Cooper Richards on the carry.
Yeah, dive left, get a quick dive, and we had no one. We had our arm tackle trying to grab him as he's going through. He didn't even get touched till he got to the second layer.
On second down, another handoff. And that'll be enough for a first down as he gets past the 30-yard line.
Just hitting it quick right now. I mean, it's so fast. By the time he's getting the snap, he's actually it's like literally not even a half a second, and the fullback's getting the ball. The splits right now when you're looking at their running backs. You're normally a running back will be about 6-7 yards deep. These guys are probably at 2.5 yards. That's why they're able to get it so quick.
That's Cooper Richards on the last carry. Looking to pass on this play, going down the sideline. This is going to go out of bounds. No chance on catching that one inbounds. Wesley was in phase, stride for stride. And a good job by the Vero Beach defense as that's incomplete.
A little fade route. Man, I tell you what a great job. Just as far as Wesley, he had him on his hip. You talked about being in phase. He had his head turned around, and he was forcing him out of bounds. And you can do that. Use your body to do that.
2nd and 10. Handoff goes nowhere as Keyshawn Campbell stacks him up. Got some help from Warren Perry there as well. And Richards, no gain.
And right now, coach for the Longhorns is up, set. Probably was thinking like, hey, keep that and pitch it. But nice job, Keyshawn Campbell, on that one.
Got a little personnel change here. They're maybe anticipating a pass here on 3rd down and 10 as Vondravius Jacobs has checked into the ball game at corner. 7.5 to go, fourth quarter. 17-7 lead for Vero Beach. Longhorns looking at a 3rd down and 10. Parks looking to pass. Has a receiver and just a little too high for him to bring it in.
Nice job. Nice coverage. A little flood route to the right. You have your tight end, number 6. He's going for the flag route. We hemmed him up pretty good, and you just have a running back into the flat and over his head.
And here they go again. Trying to go with the quick on the punt.
And that's okay.
And Lenny's calling timeout.
Yes.
So learned the lesson.
Oh, he is right now. You can just see he's livid with the coaching staff. And again, these guys right here spend so much time together.
Yeah.
They are literally, this is the family. So it's like your brother. Like if GT wasn't doing what he's doing, he's going to chew me out. I'm going to chew him out. And there's a little bit of brotherly love going down there on the sideline. But I think it was a great call. Call timeout. Even though it wouldn't have given them the first down, nonetheless, we don't want any mistakes. Keep the momentum going our way. And then after this, if we get the win, there'll be a lot of hugs and kisses.
7 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Fourth quarter, 17-7. Vero Beach with the lead. And it's 4th down, for the Longhorns. And they look to send out the punting unit. Winner of this ball game moves on next week to face Melbourne. If Vero Beach holds on to its lead, they will host that game here next Friday night. Kickoff at 7:30.
Oh.
Tuyo with the high punt. Takes a bounce.
Oh.
And Justin touches it.
No.
Justin trying to get away, and it touches his foot, and Harmony recovers the ball.
All right, so you have a sophomore back there returning the ball, and you just have to go. The ball hit. He did a good job, and then he ran towards the ball like he was going to grab it. And guess what, guys? It's not a round ball. It doesn't bounce the way you think it's going to bounce, and it literally hit him in the heel. Kicked back, Harmony. Hey, this is what what you need. You're up, you're down 10. You punt the ball. You need something to happen, and they just had it happen.
So, new life for Harmony with 7:04 to go, fourth quarter, and the ball at the 32-yard line of Vero Beach. Emmons off the left side, shakes one tackle, trying to shake another tackle, and out of bounds around the 28-yard line. About a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, you know what? I tell you what, how about Elijah Anderson out there? He's given up probably about 60 pounds, and maybe not 60, but definitely 40, and holds him to only a few-yard gain.
Emmons stumbled a little bit, but able to stumble towards the 25-yard line. So he picks up another 3 or 4. And with that last carry, he just went over 100 yards on the night.
Probably his sixth game this year. I think he's gone over 100 yards.
Came in with 12.55 on the season and 11 touchdowns. So far, no touchdowns tonight, which is good news for Vero. Coming up to 6 minutes, and it's 3rd down and 3. Emmons off the right side, and he hops his way to a first down and pushes his way for a few more yards as well.
Yeah, another 3rd down conversion and a first down. And what they are doing is just chopping our guys. That's why he literally had to jump over them. They're chop blocking, and when you do that, your hands come down, your eyes go down, and you're not looking, trying to find the runner.
First down and 10 at the 18. Parks, handoff right side. Nothing going there. Defense figured that one out.
They're going to give him about a 1-yard gain, maybe.
Yeah, that was Richards on the carry that time. 2nd and 9. Clock continues to roll here at 5:20 remaining fourth quarter. 17-7 lead for Vero Beach. Parks lines up under center. Emmons, toss to the right side for Richards, off the right side. And did he score? He did. 17-yard run by Parks. By Richards.
Yeah, we have a muff punt, gets him the short porch, and we have no one that's going to cover on the pitch. And he does a great job of pitching the ball. It might have actually been in front. We might have actually can call that a pass.
Tuyo set for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Vero Beach still with a 3-point lead with 4:51 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 17-14.
WSCF Vero Beach. Christian FM.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by HBS Glass, Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
About 68 yards in 5 plays for the Longhorns. 17-yard run by Cooper Richards caps it, and it is a touchdown for the Longhorns. They're within 3 now of Vero Beach, 17-14. And this scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as the Longhorns are getting set to kick this ball away. 4:51 to go, fourth quarter here. And, boy, you got to be aware of a potential onside kick here, too. They're going to kick it high. It's going to go deep. Just let it go. Caught at the 1. To the 15, 20. And tackled around the 23-yard line is Woolard on the return.
All right, nice high, deep kick all the way to the 1-yard line. Yeah, that's one of those you could just let it go. But you have a chance of bringing it out.
Yeah. And truthfully, he's probably feeling a little bad about what happened on the muff on the punt later, or earlier, I should say. All right, so chance to put a drive together here. Look, you're leading by 3. You got 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Clock is your friend. Rogers will go for about 8 yards. About 6, 7 yards. Second down and 4 coming up. And just let that clock roll.
Well, you need a couple of first downs right here, and then you're going to start seeing Harmony have to start using their timeouts.
Correct.
But the important thing is to keep the ball moving forward.
Good start on that first down run by Quincy Rogers.
It's taking a long time for the play to come in.
Another handoff, Rogers. Stumbles his way, will get to the 30-yard line. Got kind of tripped up in the backfield with some pressure by the defense of Harmony. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Personnel change right here. Yeah, someone was able to knife in and grab his shoelace. It's a great play for him. Try to just stay positive on the yards.
Trips to the left side. Play action, setting up for a screen. Dre stays on his feet, turns it upfield, and he should have enough for a first down. It is close, but I think he got it.
Yes, he knew exactly where to go. Wow. Little screen to the right.
Yeah. And
close.
Again,
it was close.
It was close. I almost had him for a loss on the play, Matt, and his athleticism just took over. Got a good block, too.
Yeah.
First down and 10. From the 34-yard line of Vero Beach, leading by 3. Whiteley looking to throw. He's going down the sideline looking for Jacobs. Jacobs gets in position and catches the ball at the 35-yard line of Harmony.
Wow, that's just a mano-a-mano, one-on-one down the sideline. Ball was thrown up. Dre makes a nice move and comes back under the receiver, the defender, and goes up high and gets it. He's excited right there. Big first down.
Yeah.
Keeps it moving. Now we're talking about going downhill.
And number 11 makes his way into the ball game. Vondravius Jacobs with an unbelievable catch. White takes the snap, looking for a block by Rogers, gets it, turns it upfield. Boy, he just slipped now. Flag comes in.
Oh, that's usually in the area of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a holding.
And that's going to move us back 10 yards.
So that's basically 3 yards, so probably about a 7-yard holding call.
Yeah. All right. But the good news is that clock will continue to roll here as soon as he hits the whistle.
Yes, and there it goes. So this is what we talked about. You just have to stay positive. Stay positive. And first one we do is we go negative as soon as we get in and get the first down. And Ephraim White back in the game.
2.5 and counting. 1st and 17. EJ trying to shake off a few tackles. Stays on his feet. And it'll be about a pickup of a yard or two.
This is where they're probably, they're not going to call timeout. Can see how much.
Yeah, a little surprised here.
Yeah, you are.
2nd down, 15, as we hit 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Vero Beach leading by 3. Ball up to 39 of the Longhorns. White running to his left. And he'll pick up a few more yards. Brings up a 3rd down and long for Vero.
They're gonna just get the clock. He's gonna continue to run, Paul. So we're gonna have one more down, and then we'll if we don't get the first down, there's a timeout. But yeah,
interesting that they let that much time run off the clock, Matt, before they decide to call a timeout here. So that'll stop it at 1:25.
So with their offense, they don't have. I mean, we've seen that their attempt to throw doesn't go well. So they kind of have a ground and pound offense. Mm-hmm. So you need time for that. Now they're going to have 2 timeouts, it looks like, coming into this. If we don't get the first down. If we get the first down, they're going to have to start burning them, and that'll be pretty much the game. But we'll be able to do the old victory.
All right,
but
so you're looking at, you got a 3rd and 13 right now.
Yep.
Okay, so for Vero, what are you thinking here? I mean, do you try? I mean, obviously, if you can get all 13, great. But are you thinking 2-down territory?
Yeah. No. It's definitely not 2-down territory. What I'm thinking, well, it depends on how far you can get the first down. If you can, or close to the first down, then it might be. If you don't pick anything up, you force them to burn another timeout. Mm-hmm. Then you punt the ball, and you try to pin them back as far as you can. Now, the problem is the ball's on the 36-yard line. If the ball goes in the end zone, you're only picking up 16 yards because it comes back to the 20.
Right.
So you try to get Cam, kick it out of bounds, but try to pin them down with only 1 timeout left, and they got to go a big chunk of green.
Are you keeping this on the ground?
Keep it on the ground. I keep it on the ground, yeah. I mean, you never know. I'm not Lenny, but yes.
All right. 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. White's going to let it fly. He's looking for Dre down the sideline. Dre goes up. What a catch. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Vondravius Jacobs. Are you kidding me? A 37-yard pass completion, touchdown, game, set, match.
And that's why I'm up here and I'm not down there, Paul. What a great job. Just a fade route. Everyone in the whole place thought he was going to run it. He throws it up, and once again, it's a 50-50 ball, and you actually had the safety coming over as well. Dre makes a great move, goes up high, catches it. Everyone's shocked, and he runs the rest in for a touchdown.
Wow. What a throw by E.J. White. What a catch by Jacobs. And the point after is good by Lewis. It is 24-14, 1:18 to go. We'll be right back.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker, and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyinc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
So 77 yards, 7 plays. A nice 37-yard pass from A.J. White to Vondravius Jacobs, and a great athletic move. As we go, a little squib kick. And Harmony covers it around the 35-yard line, and one of the Longhorn players slow to get up. But how about 77 yards, 7 plays, a 37-yard catch by Vondravius Jacobs. Actually, it was like about a 30-yard catch. And then he used his athleticism to shake off a tackler and get in the end zone for the score. It makes it 24-14 and leaves 1:16 to go.
This second half, we've had drives from our 25, we got a field goal, 23 touchdown, and 23 touchdown. The offense, 3 possessions, 3 scores.
So the ball will be spotted at the 36-yard line of Harmony. First down and 10. And the Longhorns are down by 10. And you kind of sensed with that play by White to Jacobs, it has just taken the life out of the Longhorns as they go with a pass play that goes incomplete. Boy, Elijah Anderson was coming up to lay a big hit on that young man. By the way, want to wish Xbox a happy birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday. That was the passes to Cooper Richards. Just a little bit, just on a kind of a little seam route, basically from your tight end position, and hit him on the back hip, wasn't able to bring it in.
Second down and 10. And nothing going on that run play as Bacon, Brown, Smith, Williams all there to stop him.
That's one of those where you look at the running back or the quarterback and you wonder, like, is that just a designated handoff? Because surely the pitch was there. And we talk about the veer, meaning you're reading that.
Yep.
And you keep it if he's getting, if you see a crash down, but nothing on that one.
Coming up momentarily, it'll be our Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. We'll get a chance to talk to one of our coaches, have our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. That's coming your way in about 30 seconds here. Handoff, Emmons.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a delayed handoff there with nothing going.
Kesney,
defense,
Brown.
And Kesney just making a mess of that whole place in there.
That's fourth down. I think they're just going to let it run, and that'll be the game, Paul.
10 seconds. Count it down. Now 5. And Vero Beach is going to move on to round number 2 and face Melbourne next week here at the Citrus Bowl with their win tonight, 24-14 over Harmony in round number 1. We'll be back with the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Vero Beach gets its win tonight in round 1 of the State Series playoffs over Harmony, 24-14. And that gives them the opportunity now to move on to round number 2, where they will face Melbourne next Friday night. That game will be right here at the Citrus Bowl. Kickoff will take place 7:30. Our coverage will begin at 6 p.m. with countdown to kickoff. I'm Paul Tipton along with Matt Paris, and welcome inside our Joey's Downtown Dapper studios here, or our booth area here, as we have an opportunity to talk about what a great game it was for Vero Beach. You know, may not have been the best of games offensively speaking, but when push came to shove, we put enough points on the board and kept them from getting too many more points than us. So that's the name of the game.
It really is. And you look at that second half, we only had 3 possessions. And when you have 3 possessions, you score all 3. You're 3 for 3. Hey, offense did what they were supposed to do in the second half.
All right. Well, while we have an opportunity here, we're going to go down to the field, check in with Ronnie Self, who's got one of our assistant coaches. Ron?
Coach Mono, we played just good enough to win tonight. Defensively, we had some big plays at the right time, but just penalties kept them in the game tonight.
Yeah, we keep hurting ourselves.
Yeah, we did. We did tonight, especially when we can't get off the field on punt return for some reason tonight. Something that hasn't bothered us, but it jumped up tonight. Just kind of they seem to be silly penalties that popped up tonight.
Work on that in practice a little more this week.
I think you will, Coach. But defensively overall, we played a pretty good defensive game. Probably not as good as you would like, but we did play solid. We held them had a goal line stand, had some interceptions, fumble recoveries, which were all positive things. And we gave the offense enough time to get on track.
Yeah, they played extremely well, Harmony. They were good up front. They executed very well. They ran the option a lot better than I thought they were going to run it. I thought we had a pretty good week of practice in preparation for the Veer. The kids knew their responsibilities, but it's very difficult to replicate that in practice, especially against a team that executes like that and has enough counter stuff and passing stuff to keep you honest, so you can't sell out for any one thing. So I'm real proud of the boys for hanging in there, getting hit on the chin and still getting after it and answering the bell when they needed to. And the offense did a great job keeping the ball in play and putting up the points that we needed to win.
They did, and we ran some time off, which gave our defense a chance to kind of get their second wind a little bit too, and which was big. Anytime your offense can take a lot of time off the clock, that helps you out defensively.
Absolutely. And, Dre comes up with some just unbelievable – I got no answer for that. You do everything you can, and that guy's just a remarkable player. I'm wait to see the film because, you're not happy with the mistakes that you made. You're not happy with the coaching mistakes that we had tonight, because those come down to coaching errors, and those are personnel penalties and substitution penalties. We can't have that.
That's right. Well, hopefully we got all that out of the way tonight, and we'll be back here again next week. And we know our opponent right now already will be Melbourne, so look forward to seeing you back here next week, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All righty, thank you.
All right, there's our defensive coordinator, Bill Mata, talking about tonight's game. Vero Beach does get the win. I don't know if you could tell by Mata's voice there, but we did actually win the game tonight. And so it's a 24-14 win over Harmony tonight. And, yeah, I mean, look, this is what I love about these guys is, like, it'd be real easy to go, yeah, we won. All's good. No, they're disappointed in their performance tonight, and they want to get that cleaned up because they know, guess what? It's going to get harder each round.
Oh, without a doubt. And so there's one thing when you get beat. If you get beat by just physical, they beat you. All right. There's another way when you mentally get beat. All right. And that's the most frustrating thing for players and for coaches, especially the coaches, when you're like, hey, we're this far into this, like the season, and we're making mistakes. That's mental stuff. And that just, it's hard. I take what Coach said when he said you get punched in the mouth. Well, when you're getting punched in the mouth because you're leaving your jab open and you're taking it because of I circled here where they had that one drive. I mean, they had 3 penalties that extended the drive. All right. Now, and you're talking about third down situations where we should have been off the field. We didn't. We extended it. And then the mistake right there on the punt where we should have just – and that's another one. That's a mental one. It's one thing where if the wind's blowing, the young man just tries to come field it and he doesn't field it correctly, and you're like, your heart breaks for him because sometimes it's tough. But when the ball's on the ground, get away from it.
Yeah.
That's the mental side. Now, there's no one going to beat himself up more than that young man.
Sure.
And but he has been so good for us all year too in returning the punts. He has really done a great job, and not just like how many yards he's getting when he's returning it, but just being able to catch the ball. All right, and keeping the ball from taking a huge bounce for the other team. And but tonight, lesson learned, sophomore. Get away from it.
Absolutely. Well, we have another second here. Let's go back down to the field. Derek West is standing by with our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game. D?
I'm down here with E.J. White. E.J., I got you for 2 rushing touchdowns and a big pass touchdown. Talk about your play. I know that you're kind of injured a little bit a couple of weeks ago, but just talk about what you're feeling right now.
Right now, a little in pain, but it's not too bad. But I was really just thinking about getting in the end zone, just winning the game for the team,
So how did it feel when you got in 2 touchdowns and then that last touchdown? Talk about what you saw when you threw the pass to Jacob. It seemed like you kind of uncorked that one.
In the huddle, we was just he was just telling me to give the ball to the best field, and then just 50-50 it. So I just threw it up, good ball. He went over, topped him, made him look stupid, Scored.
Great job. Talk about, we got Melbourne coming up, second round of the playoffs, big ball game. What do you have to do to get ready for this week?
Play better than tonight.
Has to feel good, though, to get this win tonight, doesn't it?
Yes.
Hey, well, thank you so much, EJ. All right, go celebrate with your teammates. Down here also with Cameron Perez. I've known Cameron since he was in the cradle, and it's kind of nice to see it come full circle here. Cameron had a pretty big interception, had a defensive performance that was great, particularly in the second half. I know it was kind of tough to prepare for some of that veer, but just talk about your play tonight.
My interception tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they put a tight end on our side, and our free safety's over him. And our free safety made a good play, and the ball went up, and I went up and got the ball.
Seemed like you had your work cut out for you tonight with a very physical running back. And talk about the complexities maybe of their offense. I know it posed a lot of challenges tonight.
Yeah, they're a very run-heavy team, and their 34 was a good running back. Props to him. He's a very good downhill runner. He'd hit the hole, but, we got a dog defense, so when you meet our defense, it's a problem.
It's nice to get past the first round of the playoffs, prepare for the second round. I think we can all agree that we have some work to do, but it sure feels good to get this win tonight.
Oh, yeah, sure it does.
So go celebrate with your teammates. Thank you, Cameron. Tell your mom and dad I said hi.
All right, there you go. That is Cameron Perez and E.J. White, our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game. We're going to step aside. We'll come back and have more of our Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. Vero Beach gets the win tonight, 24-14 over Harmony. Moves on to round 2 of the playoffs. We'll be back.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club card dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show, presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
24-14, Vero Beach wins over Harmony tonight. That is the good news. Even better news, you get to move on to the next round of the playoffs. Next Friday night, Melbourne here, Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. Kickoff 7:30. Our coverage will begin at 6 p.m. with countdown to kickoff as we'll get prepared for round 2 of the playoffs. So it started out with 32 teams. We whittled it down to 16 teams now for next week. And before we talk about that particular matchup, let's give you the final numbers tonight for these two teams here tonight. So Harmony tonight, Emmons finished with 25 carries for 105 yards. Roberts finished with 17 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. For Fighting Indians tonight, they finished with a total offense of 425 yards. Quincy Rogers tonight had 10 carries for 109 yards. E.J. White had 12 carries for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jake Whiteley tonight was 20 of 27, 187 yards. E.J. White in throwing was 2 of 4 for 51 yards and a touchdown tonight. Dre Jacobs tonight had 15 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown. Woolard 5 for 21 tonight, and Troy Smith had 1 for 17. We don't want to focus too much on this tonight, but 13 penalties for 87 yards. But as Matt talked about, those 3 penalties on one drive that really kept the drive alive, that ultimately led to a score. That is something that you do have to address, and I think obviously they will this week. That's not something that we expect to see a repeat performance of. Obviously, Matt, as we talked about during the game, Harmony saw something while watching film, and they said, we got an opportunity here. We might be able to keep a drive alive if we have to punt, because we watched how their special teams or exchanging of personnel was a little slow. We could catch them with maybe 12 men on the field, and they did.
Well, what's the old saying? You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And, that's one of the things that we knew that they were going to do it after the first one. Great call by that coaching staff. I mean, that's what you see the film. Hey, we can rush out, and especially when you get down to a 4th and 5 or a 4th and under 5, that's when you're going to use that play.
Yeah.
And they did, and not only once, but they got us twice.
Yeah.
That was the sad part, and all on the same drive. And so, and that's the stuff that coaches are going to go and shoot themselves, because that's not just a player issue. It's a little bit of a player issue, but also a coaching issue of like, hey, what are we going to do to stop that?
And I just want to tip my hat to Harmony. I mean, they came here. They came to play. They weren't just happy to be here. They wanted to play. They wanted to win. And I thought they did an excellent job. I mean, the school's only been in existence for 18 years. Last year they played in 7A. So as part of that whole reclassification now, what we call 4S, 7A got grouped in with what was formerly called 8A. And so, that's one of the reasons we've never played them before.
Yeah.
And so it was a good opportunity to play a school we had never played before. And so I tip my hat to them, because they came to play. And, Tyler Emmons, I mean, I wish him all the best of luck going forward. I mean, I'm sure some college is going to pick him up. I mean, he is a good running back. People, I don't want to sit here and debate whether or not can he be a D1 type of player or not. I don't know. That's not for me to judge. But he is a good football player.
He is a great football player and a high school football player. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's not playing on Saturdays next year. Something happened to him in that first half. Ronnie alluded to that. Mm-hmm. But the second half, we were able to keep him. Now, it's whether it was him, whether it was the defense, but he in the second half had 10 carries for 16 yards. And that's typically not Tyler-esque. But, so we'll take a little bit of both, whatever happened to him. But our defense really did step up and stop him, forcing the Longhorns to then try to do the pitch. And they got one touchdown out of it. But that was, again, going back to assignment football. When you stop the big guy, someone's got to be out there to stop the pitch.
Matt, we really didn't talk too much about this. But the fact that, this past week, practice got interrupted. You had 2 days of no school because of Hurricane Nicole, and so they weren't allowed to practice. And I mean, you can say, well, Harmony wasn't allowed to either, but when you're talking about playing a defense where it's all about assignment, that whole repetition in practice really does make a big difference. And you can sit there and maybe have the Zoom chats and whatnot, but, it really is more effective when you can actually be out there on the field, walk through things, and not just mentally do it, but physically walk through and get those reps in.
And you got to watch, like we saw them tonight. You saw the offensive line cutting our defensive line. And when we said that, it's illegal. But it's just, you can tell them, hey, the guys are going to cut you. But until someone's actually doing that, then you don't know the feel for it, and
Right.
your hands drop, your eyes drop, and all of a sudden he's past the defensive line into your linebackers, and that's where they were really doing a great job of that. I think as the game started going on, we started seeing it. Your eyes stay up, you push down, all right, and you stay up. Now you can make the tackles or at least make the initial hit at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Speaking of our defense, I want to just point out a few things. You had Kevin Pollock tonight, who had a fumble recovery. Bucky Rojas with the blocked field goal. That was big. And then you had Cameron Perez with the interception. All of those big-time plays tonight. And then Keyshawn Campbell just really played a stellar ball game tonight. He had a total of 9 tackles, 4 tackles for loss tonight. So, I mean, he just, again, solid performance. And that defensive leader, as always, and Keyshawn really stepped up his game again.
Oh, without a doubt. You can just see him. He's such high energy, and usually when he locks down on you, you don't get away. And that's what we saw at him, and we needed that on a couple of big-time plays. And to just keep them from picking up that 3 or 4 yards, he was able to knife in. Coach might have had him on the blitzes, and that's the guy you want because there's not many guys faster than him at 205, 210 pounds.
True. So, all right, so now we get to turn our attention to Melbourne. That's next week here at the Citrus Bowl. I don't know if you know much about Melbourne. I haven't really looked much at Melbourne myself, but they are the 4th seed in the bracket, so it's going to be 1 versus 4.
It is, and so I was able to watch the film. So Harmony played Melbourne already this year. So I was able to watch that film. That game came down to the wire. It was a very close game. Harmony played them all the way down. They have more of a spread offense like we do. Melbourne does. So that'll be a little easier for our defense as far as you're not coming up with some wackadoo
right, yeah.
offense.
Right,
but
yeah.
they will get in and they'll run it. They'll mix it up. They've got a good mix-up on it. But, Harmony played them well, so we have plenty of film on Melbourne to see. But, once again, coming out of that Brevard, there's some tough teams out of Brevard, and they're gonna come here ready.
They won the district. That's District 11 that Harmony is a part of. So Melbourne won that district. They've had a good record. They've played some good teams. Their strength of schedule is pretty good. So, this is going to be another one of these battle-tested type of teams, and it's going to be another challenge for Vero Beach, and hopefully they can stand up to it. Helps to have home field.
It really does, and hopefully we get some guys that were a little nicked up a little bit. Ephraim, one more week. He looked good, but one more week for him to heal. And you never know. We still got Tyler who's out there, and see if we can't. I don't know what's going on, but if we can, especially if you get by Melbourne, maybe there's a chance. Does he get back in the mix?
Maybe.
We don't know, but. Sure would be nice, wouldn't it?
Sure would be nice, but hey, hats off to Jake Whiteley tonight. He played a good, solid ball game. E.J. White played a good, solid ball game tonight. Did what they had to do to help Vero Beach get a win tonight, 24-14 tonight.
The thing about Jake Whiteley is this: we talk about his size, we talk about his passing, as far as the lack of strength on some of the passing, but he doesn't make a lot of mental mistakes.
Right.
And some of the sacks, it's not having a lot of play time that you just got to know, like, hey, get rid of the ball. But he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He keeps the offense moving, what they're supposed to do. And minus some of the holding penalties that we had, he did a good job of moving us forward. He's done everything Coach has asked him to do, and that's what it is. We always talk about that next man up. He has been that guy for us.
Absolutely has. All right, well, hey, Knights got to win tonight. Good job.
Yes, they did, baby.
Yeah. Canes got to win, too. How about that? Oh, my goodness.
Shocker.
Really was. But, hey, we'll take it, right? I think they get bowl eligible now. So, they get an embarrassment somewhere in mid-December. That's what we look forward to. So, all right. Well, hey, we look forward to next week when we get an opportunity to join you guys again for another game. Want to thank our executive producer, John Hamilton, our director and field engineers, Kevin Boslaw, our studio engineer was Jacqueline Tipton, our video director, Jay Kendall, director assistant, Devin Ingram, cameras, Kenneth Lones and Ian Salvatore. Stats tonight were Glenn Ruste and Derek West. Sidelines, Ronnie Self and Derek West. Bobby Paris with interviews. And my analyst, Matt Paris. He's just everywhere. I'm Paul Tipton. We'll see you next week right here at the Citrus Bowl. Game time 7:30 against Melbourne. Our kickoff coverage begins at 6 p.m. As always, go Indians. Good night.